time we discussed.
Okay.
I'm heading research methodology. Leadership totally yours. Huh?
Okay. So, shall I start? Ma'am, you are mute. Ma'am, you are muted.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes, yes, I know. So I'm starting. So welcome all. So to the research methodology session. So research methodology is not merely an academic requirement for ophthalmology students, postgraduate students. It is a vital tool that strengthens clinical competence, promotes innovation, and improves patient care. A postgraduate student who is trained in research methodology becomes a better clinician, a teacher, a contributor to the advancements of the clinical science. There are 10 important points. I will just count why research methodology is so important. It promotes evidence-based practice. It improves clinical decision. It encourages scientific temperament. It helps in thesis work. It enhances academic and publication skill. It supports innovation in ophthalmology. It improves public health and community eye care. It develops ethical understanding and prepares for higher studies and fellowships. And it contributes to better patient outcome. So with this, we welcome Dr. Bharat Gurnani, and we are going to introduce him first. And after that, we will just give a one-line introduction of the postgraduate students.
So it is my great honor and privilege to introduce a phenomenal academician, a brilliant clinician, and an exceptionally prolific researcher, Dr. Bharat Gurnani. Dr. Gurnani is a leading consultant in cataract, cornea, and refractive services at Gomabai Netralaya, Madhya Pradesh. An alumnus of AFMC Pune, AECS Pondicherry, and AIMS New Delhi. He holds premium global credentials, including FICO and MRCS Edinburgh. As an absolute titan in the research arena, he has published over 340 peer-reviewed papers, reviewed more than 500 articles for major medical journals, and has delivered scientific presentations across 50+ national and international conferences. He is a winner of over 50 global awards, including the recent 2026 APAO Achievement Award. His works embodies the true essence of research and innovation. Welcome, Dr. Gurnani.
And then we have to introduce one-line postgraduate students.
Thank you so much.
Just wait, please. We are introducing the postgraduate students one line.
Sure.
We have postgraduate students from Bokaro General Hospital. There is Dr. Anamika Thakur, Dr. Nupur Gupta, Dr. Tushar Dhiman, Dr. Ujjwal Kumar. From Gandhinagar Hospital, we have Dr. Firdoz Jahan, Dr. Lalita Priya, Dr. Letgogin Hokib, Dr. Simpi, Dr. Divya Gunjal, Dr. Letgogin, Dr. Uma. From Kashyap Memorial Eye Hospital, we have Dr. Anchit Parekh, Dr. Gagandeep Singh Gulati, Dr. Ishad Khan, Dr. Neeraj Jha, and Dr. Sakshi Spurge. From Mahavir Manipal Hospital, Ranchi, we have Dr. Pooja Tanwar. From MGM Medical College and Hospital, Jamshedpur, we have Dr. Amar Kumar, Dr. Vikas Thakur, Dr. Mayank Saran, Dr. Neha Chaudhary, and Dr. Nidhi Sharma. From Rio Rims, Ranchi, we have Dr. Adarsh Mehta, Dr. Anamika Chaudhary, Dr. Manju Kumari, Dr. Shrishti Shreya, Dr. Sonia Ghosh, Dr. Swati Kumari, and Dr. Shweta Kumari Vatsala, and Dr. Vatsala Kumar. And from Tata Main Hospital, Jamshedpur, we have Dr. Bhavya Chaudhary, Dr. Raksha Agarwal, Dr. Richa Tiwari, and Dr. Sana Abdul. So welcome all PGs.
And our chairpersons are Dr. Sunil Kumar, Rio RIMS HOD, Dr. Sufia Ahmed, she is the head of Bokaro General Hospital, it's a teaching institute, Professor Bharti Sharma, again a teaching institute, TMH, Jamshedpur, Dr. Deepak Lakda from Rio RIMS, Dr. Seema Kumari, Associate Professor, Jamshedpur Medical College, again a teaching institute, Dr. Nidhi Gadkar from Kashyap Memorial Eye Hospital. All of them are teachers from very highly praised teaching institutes of Jharkhand. So over to Dr. Bharat Gurnani.
I'll share my screen, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So Sophia, your students have joined now?
My slides are visible, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. First of all, thank you, Jharkhand Ophthalmic Society, Dr. Bhati Kashyap ma'am, Professor Sunil Kumar, respected faculty, jury, and all the postgraduate colleagues and everyone, all faculty were participating. So I'm basically an alumnus of FMC Pune and Arvind Eye Hospital. I owe all my teachings to Arvind Eye Hospital, and I'm currently working at Gomabai Netralaya, Nimach. So on a short notice, I am presenting this, but I'll present about basic aspects of research and publication, as Dr. Bharti ma'am already enlisted few of my slides, but I'll go in detail about each and every aspect, or I'll try to cover some of the aspects in 1 hour, whatever is possible. The basic idea is to stimulate the residents and the fellows and the faculty, so that if we start early in the career, we can reach to a good level. And why there is an importance of research and publication. What is the importance of research and publication? Why should we do it at an early stage? And how to go about, what are the basics, what should we know before starting, and what are the tools, what are the common mistakes we do, and what is the impact of early research in our career. So I'll start. So as madam already told, this is basically a era of evidence-based medicine. If we describe evidence-based medicine, it's like conscientious, explicit, and judicious use of best current evidence in making decision about. So how evidence-based medicine helps? It helps in making decisions about patient care, and how evidence comes from research and patient care and what research and what publications we are doing on the. This helps to make decision making in our clinical day-to-day life. So before starting, we should know that like any resident or any postgraduate who is starting, they should know there is some hierarchy of evidence, what material is available to us online. There is a haphazard material, a lot of material is available online, but what is the hierarchy of evidence? We should know what papers to read, where to target. So first and foremost is systematic reviews and meta-analysis, which is the topmost tier of evidence available to us. Then comes the randomized control trials, then cohort studies, case control studies, case reports, expert opinion. So how this evidence-based of method of medicine impacts ophthalmology? It helps to understand the common clinical conditions more better, like such as glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, ARMD, like a lot of stagings, a lot of protocols, a lot of treatment decisions we are doing and we are following has been through evidence-based medicine and through research and publication. Okay, so it helps to understand the therapeutic protocol based on peer-reviewed clinical trials and studies. So if we, what is the application of evidence-based medicine in ophthalmic research and publication? So we should, when we are planning a research, like we should know the PICO framework, basic framework, like what population we are intervening and what is the intervention. Suppose a set of population from a northeast area and we are doing some intervention, like maybe excision of OSSN, biopsies we are taking, and we are comparing with the patients who are being treated medically, and then we are understanding the outcome. So this helps to answer our questions better. So we should always have that mind that PICO framework has to be followed. It helps in evaluating the validity, the importance and relevance of research finding for clinical practice. It helps us to make a better clinician and helps us to, like, a person in like suppose a keratoconus patient in North India is very different, has a very different presentation from a keratoconus presentation in South India. So this is how we can understand like how these patients are presenting and how these are faring up with our treatment protocol. So the clinical protocols can be targeted and formulated. So when we are designing or we are doing any study, we should have some basic knowledge that the publications available with us, what are the top-notch publications and what material to follow. The systemic reviews and meta-analysis are top-tier publications in ophthalmology. So we should have that in mind that we have to follow the protocols or the evidence available from them. And the second best are the randomized trials and cohort studies ensuring high quality evidence. So coming to the level of evidence in clinical research. So anyone who is starting publication or a literature review should understand that these are the publications which we should always target: systematic reviews and meta-analysis of randomized trial. For example, anti-VEGF therapy in AMD. So there are a lot of articles available. If a good systematic review, if we go through, we get a lot of information and we understand what has already been done, what is the level of evidence available, and what can be a research question next, what can we try. For example, the tube versus trap study, which is a landmark study, again gives a lot of information and changes our practice patterns. Then second level of evidence comes from randomized trials. So which are mostly the thesis or the publications which we do at the medical college level. When a student comes, we assign them or we give them studies with a randomized trials. So these are basically experimental studies where patients are assigned randomly to different groups, either a comparison group or a control group. And for example, diabetic retinopathy patients, which we suppose one group is being tried with anti-VEGF or other group is being laser photocoagulation. Similarly, a subset of population with flax and comparing with phacoemulsification, the outcome. This is like the studies we are planning. And for example, if I give you an example, we published this paper in 2022, a meta-analysis of pythium. The pythium meta-analysis was missing. So this is the highest level of current evidence available on this paper. And another paper I published in 2023, a systematic review on DMAC. So this is this paper has around 40 citations now. So this is the level of impact of a good systematic review. And this was my thesis, what I was translating, RCT, motivational cards versus verbal counseling and sibling screening of POAG probands, which published in IGO. So this is how, if a very good concept and a good framework is there, we can these studies go to a very good level. Then comes the cohort study and the case control study, which are the very common studies. Cohort studies, basically, we take a subset of population and follow them over a period of time. If we are assessing the outcome in future, these are prospective studies. And suppose we have already evaluated the patients and we are taking the data and backwards, and that is called a retrospective study. For example, retrospective comparison of patient with or without condition. For example, we have done corneal transplantation in around 50 patients, and suppose we are assessing the outcomes in future, that will be a prospective. And if you have already done the transplant and we are taking the data backwards, it can be a retrospective study. I'll show you a few examples. Similarly, for keratoconus patients. And this provides useful information and prognosis and risk factors. These are the basic levels of studies which we can do at any level. Okay. Then comes the case series and case reports, which are basically a lower level of evidence. And these, for example, reports on common conditions like acanthamoeba keratitis, or rare case series like experience of Rho kinase inhibitors in patients with Fuchs endothelial dystrophy, like that. So these are useful for rare conditions. Basically, case series and case reports have importance where there is some rarity. So I'll just give you an example. This was one of the papers, again, we published in 2000, first retrospective analysis of Pythium and review of literature. So it has a huge impact, 61 citations now for this paper. So another was, this was one of my grand rounds cases. So I converted into a clinical case series. We published in clinical. So rare case series, first clinical case series. There was no case series available. So if you have rare things available with you, you can publish them in good journals. And this was another case report, rare case report, pediatric pythium, which was published in 2022. So in this way, you can. So always, if you are going for case report, case series, look for some rarity or some successful management kind of that. Cohort studies, case control studies, a larger sample size would definitely have a huge impact. Then the last one is the expert opinion and mechanistic studies.
Dr. Bharat, I have
Yes,
a
ma'am. Tell me,
question.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What I have understood is what we do a prospective analysis and retrospective analysis. So retrospective analysis, we already done cases we do the research that what was
Yes.
the outcome, and
Yes,
in
ma'am.
prospective analysis before starting we
Yeah.
divide the group.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I
Correct.
right?
Yes, correct, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Proceed.
So that the important catch point is perfect documentation, because whenever you're doing a retrospective study, if suppose you have a lack of documentation, you may not be able to do that study perfectly, because you are doing that in retrospect. And if you are doing a prospective study, you are already planning everything. So suppose you are planning visual outcomes or endothelial cell count, so you already know I have to evaluate this thing on the. So here comes the importance of correct documentation.
So
That is
which
very
one is better, prospective or retrospective? Prospective, right?
Prospective definitely has a higher level of
Yes,
evidence,
yes.
and it has more impact, no doubt.
Yes.
And now comes the expert opinion and mechanistic studies, which very few people know. So suppose there is a condition and which is very less known. So you can publish a paper on that, and you can give your clinical experience. So these are the higher level sometimes the higher level of evidence are generally missing in these things. So you can give your clinical recommendation and you can publish. I'll just give you an example. So this was one of the papers. I'll really cherish this one of the papers on keratoconus and fugue. This one patient came to me and I read one paper. I was amazed to see, like, like in my 7 or 8 years of practice, I have never seen a patient of keratoconus with fugue. Then it made me so inquisitive that I thought there is some link. How that is linked? The one is a endothelial disease, and one is more of a stromal or a epithelial kind of a disease. So there is a very rarely a endothelial involvement in keratoconus. So I went into the depth and understood there is some genetic link documented. I reviewed 70 papers and we published the hypothesis, and it was based on the evidence. And so this was one of the papers I really cherish. So you can do when something something makes you like think about it. Now you go into the depth and understand. Another one was this one. I was reading a lot of papers on Pythium. So there were few papers in Thailand which showed that there's no treatment available for this entity, and they showed that.
Paper
They show that infiltration and evisceration is a treatment strategy for Pythium. But in our region, we were seeing that a lot of patients we were able to treat medically as well as surgically. So I designed a protocol that there is a difference in prognosis. Probably the presentation of the species is different. So I published this paper, and we proposed a novel treatment protocol for Pythium. So we publish this severity grading also. So if something like amazes you or something, there is a lot of inquisitiveness about something, there is no end to it. You can go to a next level. And what I was talking about, the expert opinion. So this is one of the papers in expert review of molecular diagnostics about the OSSN. So less is known about molecular and epigenetic opportunistic mechanisms. So I published this. So now this is the basic understanding that there is a background that what to read, what is the level of evidence, and what can be published. Now, how to go about it? What are the databases available for clinical research? So now we have a framework, we have a research question, we have PICO formulations like we have the PICO protocol in our mind. For example, for glaucoma, what are the effects of Rho kinase inhibitors versus beta blockers on IOP reduction? This is one of the examples. So choosing the right database, very important. You just can't go and search everything and just take it down. It's very difficult to make notes for everything and all. So we have basically, if you divide your research in your search strategy into basic broad headlines like Google Scholar and PubMed, usually this will suffice most of the thing. Google Scholar is a broad multidisciplinary database used for initial research, but PubMed is a more comprehensive biomedical database with more higher level of evidence on clinical research. So you can use there is a terminology called Boolean operators. You can use Boolean operators. Many of you in the senior faculty will be knowing it to narrow down your search. I'll show you the example, and you can also use the filters for article types, publication date. For example, if you type DMAC on PubMed, so you'll see there are 12 to 43 papers. Okay. But if you narrow down with Boolean operator, DMAC and rejection, it will just give you the papers with DMAC and rejection will search, narrow down your search to 253 paper. But if you type DMAC or rejection, there will be 1,63,000 papers. So it will become problematic. So in this way, you can use your tools very well. And for example, DMAC and not rejection again will give you 990 papers. So in this way, there is a tool available, but how to use it is also a smart strategy. Okay. And if I was talking about for example, if you want to see how many papers were published in 2020, 2021, you can click here and see publication dates, text availability. If you click on them, it will filter down or narrow down your approach or strategy of search. Now, using the optimizing search strategy, also we can use the mesh headings. Okay, mesh headings is medical subject heading. A lot of times it is asked in Vivas also, what is mesh terminology? Mesh basically is medical subject heading for, suppose, FLACS. FLACS is a standard terminology, femtosecond laser assisted cataract surgery, ARMD. If you type the mesh headings, it will give you better results than compared to typing IOL surgery or cataract surgery, like whichever the standard defined terminologies in the medical literature are there, you use them. And
I could not understand this. Like, suppose I am.
suppose you're writing macular degeneration. So it may not give you the all the papers on ARMD. It may give you myopic macular degeneration.
So I have to write mesh also.
If you want to search, because whenever we are doing a literature search, we have to use mesh terminology.
Means we have to write what we are searching and then mesh. And mesh में आपने E small लिखा है.
Mesh is basically mesh is cataract surgery. Basically, cataract surgery is mesh heading. Okay.
There are some mesh is the subject. There are some standard word of the medical subject.
Yeah, medical
already defined.
Yeah,
already
suppose I am I want to Google for I am making some presentation. I want to search for some comparative analysis. Then if I write that comparative analysis terminology,
terminology is only for PubMed.
Yeah.
Yes, PubMed में जो खोजते हैं, तो उसमें last में we have to write MESH.
No.
Just
MESH is
age-related macular degeneration is the mesh terminology, basically. Macular degeneration is not understood. Yeah. Suppose Pythium insidiosum keratitis.
How will you know that whatever we are searching is what is the mesh terminology for that?
This is already defined, like suppose Pythium keratitis and then Pythium insidiosum keratitis. These are mesh terminology rather than Pythium. Pythium
also when we publish any paper, then we have to give the MESH wording for that paper. Medical
literature
subject
strategy. So you'll have
suppose I am searching for ODC IOL comparative analysis with panoptics. Then what will be the mesh terminology?
No, it doesn't come under the subject heading.
Okay.
It will not show the subject heading.
Medical subject, basically the disease.
It should be the standard.
Okay.
Understood. So then comes the Google Scholar. Google Scholar also you can narrow down your research. But I'll show you how if you put in semicolons, then the results are different. If you put a minus sign, then the results are different. And you can also adjust the time range to access the most of the studies. And other source of literature available is the peer-reviewed high-impact journals for stronger evidence, and check another important thing to see how many times the article or the study has been cited. Means if this paper has been cited a lot of times, means this is ethically and medically very correct. Okay. So if you go on Google Scholar and you type cataract surgery, you will see 74,000 results. But if you type in the like semicolons, you'll see 4,49,000. You find search. Okay. And if you just type cataract surgery complications, will be 4,38,000. But if you see a few then you will see 4,300 results. So it will narrow down your search. Okay. And another thing, you see the time range. You can customize this and you can sort your dates. You can see the included patents and all. There are a lot of different options available to narrow down your research. But usually our search strategy is more than enough with PubMed. Only sometimes you have to see the Google Scholar because it is very widespread and a lot of haphazard data is available. So now coming to the reviewing and managing the clinical research. Now, how to see which paper is good, which is not good. So the first and the foremost about a particular paper is a methodology. You go about the methodology. Any suppose a resident is searching about a paper, or suppose he is doing literature review for his own thesis. So always how to see which is a good paper, which is a bad paper, or which paper is relevant, which is not relevant. So you always see the methodology. And then you see the sample size. If a good sample size, a robust sample size, a huge impact, any biases, any relevance to your research question. Suppose you are studying DMAC, but you are searching DSEC. This is not relevant. Mostly, although lamellar kerat, both are types of lamellar keratoplasty. But if you search DMAC, then it will prioritize your research. Okay, and then systematic reviews and randomized trials are already listed. Then another thing is there are a huge number of papers available, but we cannot go and download each and every one of them. Sometimes they are not downloadable also, and we cannot like keep on making notes and all that. So for this we have citation managers like EndNote and Mendeley, which are the world renowned citation managers. We can organize references for future research and citation. I'll show you how. There's a importance of this, that it automatically generates the bibliography, like in the American medical style or the American Psychological Association style and all. So and you can always keep if you go on PubMed and Google Scholar, there is an option you can put your email there. Whatever new studies and Google Scholars are publishing or getting published, or new papers are coming on, suppose you want to see only on corneal research. So there is a column there, you can type corneal research and cornea papers, and you just type your email ID. So whatever new cornea research will be published, it will come on your mail. In this way, you can get yourself updated. For example, this is an example of Mendeley. So Mendeley is a citation database. Suppose you go to PubMed and you click there, and you can see export to Mendeley. So this paper will come on Mendeley directly. So now if you if you click on this, you see the details, which journal, the year, the pages, the abstract, everything. So in this way, suppose you want 40 papers, you can keep it. And then there is a plugin which you can download and put it in your Word document. From here, if you export that directly, the citation in a particular format comes there. So it makes your work slightly easier and comparatively very easier. And this is another one, the EndNote. Both of them are nearly same. Each has their own merits and demerits. You can use them. So now we have framed the background, that what are the level of evidence available, how to go about PICO framework, what are the few tools we have. Now, how to frame the research? The question comes, what should I do? How should I do? What should I do? Which study I do? What is my research question? When we go first year, when we go to the residency, the guides ask, you search and come. You come with a good research question, but we are puzzled what to do, how to go about, because we have never done this and we have no framework and no background. So first and foremost is now, because since we are very early in our career, we hardly have any clinical experience. It's very difficult to define the problem or the gap. So always we have to define the scientific problem, the pitfall, or what we are missing, or what we have not done in a particular area on a particular set of question. So identify the gap or the problem, and then you have to focus it. Now you just can't take cataract surgery patient and evaluate the outcome. Now you suppose you narrow down your research, complications in cataract surgery in posterior polar cataract. This is how, suppose then the rate of complication or the prevalence and the incidence of complications in PPC. For example, in this way you can make your research question more focused and specific. Then utilize the PICO framework already discussed, and then ensure that the research addresses a significant issue that can potentially impact clinical practice or advanced knowledge. So suppose we are doing a study in central India, and if you go in literature and we see that nothing has been documented about the ASOCT outcomes of posterior polar cataracts, like how if the PC was intact or not seen on ASOCT, and how the patients fared a post-op. For example, this kind of study has been done in the literature, but not done in central India. So this addresses a research question in that particular region. We can still do that study, but we have to make sure that the sample size is good and the protocol is correct. So in this way, we can frame our research question, and we always should take help of seniors initially in our beginning of a career, because we have a very less background of ophthalmology. Second, like for example, just give you an example. This was during COVID. We were sitting at home. I was just discussing, like, we have nothing to do, what to do now, no patients, nothing. We can't do any study now. So I thought, what to do, what is getting published. So we thought, like, there are a lot of COVID-19 publications in IGO. It was expedited. Like, we're seeing 40, 50 publication in an issue. So I thought, why not see the impact of how the COVID-19 publication has impacted IGO during the 2 years, how the impact factor have risen, and how it has changed the practice pattern. So we designed this paper, and it was expedited publication. In this way, when you think beyond certain aspects, and when even if you don't have patients available, you can still design a good paper. I understand. So now coming to now we know now what to answer, what to understand, what to examine, and which patients to take, PICO framework, everything we have done. But now we have to see the feasibility. Is now I want to do a study on PPC in Central India, but these patients, are these patients so frequent or endemic in our area? Are we seeing frequently PPC? How many PPCs we are seeing in a month? This we have to answer. Is this feasible? Is this practicable? Do we have the patient population available with us? Are we seeing 40, 50 patients in 6 months? Do we have ASOCT? So these things has to be answered. This feasibility, novelty, then confirming the question has not been already comprehensively answered. As I told you, maybe this question has already, this study has already been done in a lot of places in India or maybe world over, but it has been done in Central India, for example. So if it's not done, still it adds value to our area. And then ethical consideration before starting the study. Make sure that you have the approval available, you are going through the correct guidelines, you are doing the correct intervention, it's not harming the patient, you are not charging too much to the patient, everything has been sorted out. And then suppose you are doubting, like maybe my study will go better or not. So I test the question, conduct a preliminary literature review to test the question and enough supporting data to explore an answer. And you can even do a pilot trial for a month and see, like, are we able to meet the requirement which we are seeing? So in this way, first research has been designed. Now we see the practical aspects associated with it. For example, traumatic intralenticular. So if you go in literature and you see there are hardly 20, 30 papers available, but majority people have designed, described the outcome, the endophthalmitis. But we thought, why not describe something new? How to describe it in a different way? How this adds something to the literature? So we designed a dumbbell sign in traumatic interlenticular abscess on AS Society, which was published in Indian Journal of Radiology Imaging, a good journal. So in this way, a common thing, you can design something different out of it. Okay. Then, as already I discussed, the PICO framework, population, identify the particular population. Is this population available? Is this these kind of patients are frequently coming? For example, patients with diabetic retinopathy. You'll see diabetic retinopathy in majorly in everywhere. So now this patient population I have. Now what intervention I'm doing? Anti-VEGF therapy. Are we able to give correct anti-VEGF? Patients are affordable. We are able to deliver correct outcomes or not? Then we have to see the intervention. What we are doing, whether we are doing laser therapy, anti-VEGF. Then comparison. Then define what you are comparing. Suppose you are comparing it with the laser therapy, or you are comparing it with the like observation, something like that. And outcome and time. So we have to define all these things, that I am taking these patients for a couple of years, and I'm defining the outcomes. Like I am assessing the visual outcome, I am assessing the anatomical outcome, I'm assessing the other things, like understand. So this helps filter search result to relevant clinical trials or study aligned with the time related outcome. PICO model is forms the PICOT model forms the basic framework of a particular study. Now we have now we know what to do, what are available, what are the tools available, what we can do, everything we know. But now, why should we do it? Somebody can ask you, why are you doing it? What is the use of it? So as madam has already told initially when she was saying, like, it helps in discovering newer treatment option, innovation, understanding disease better, leading to improved patient care. For example, A lot of studies were done during our period in Python. Now we understand that antibacterials fare up compared to antifungals. So in this way, we know that which treatment options are working better for a particular patient, and also help to understand the patient outcome. That evidence-based research provide data-driven strategy, enhance effectiveness, reducing complication, improving prognosis. Understanding a disease, understanding a particular set of pathology better through evidence-based study will alert you, will alarm you that I don't have to do this in this particular set of patient. Otherwise, I'll not get the correct desired amount of results. Knowledge, it will help to understand the knowledge gaps, designing suppose newer IOLs which are coming, and now we see that a certain company is claiming that this EDOF gives this much of visual outcome or this much of patient satisfaction. If we do a particular study and we can address the knowledge gap, whether this is really working on a particular patient set of group or not, then also contribute to public health as community, and Madam already highlighted the community aspect. Research in ophthalmology can lead to preventive strategies for blindness and visual impairment, improving quality of life on a global basis. A paper which is published is not read in India or a particular country, it is read world over. So it can influence practice patterns and the outcomes at a global level. Now, this is, we have already understood. Now, how to select a good research topic. Okay. So this is what are the characteristics? I'll share a few things. What are the characteristics of a good research topic? So this is described with the help of a finer criteria. Is the research feasible? As I already told, like, do we have a sample size? Do we have the resources? For example, do we have the required machinery? Do we have the time? Are we doing it at a correct period of time? Like, accessible patient population is there or not? For example, my thesis had 138 sample size. So I had 2 years. So, but unfortunately or fortunately, we had the patient, we had the siblings who were coming up for screening. But in the end, I was able to recruit only 95 patients. So even though the resources are there, population sample size is there, support staff is there, everything is there, sometimes the things may not get planned based. So we have to see what I am doing, is it feasible over the 2 year period or not? And is it interesting? Is it stimulating me? Is it giving me something better out of the available literature? Is it relevant to my clinical practice? Is it keeping the investigator motivated or not? Novel, again, I already described, it should address something new which we are describing. Definitely that paper will have some or the other value in literature, definitely. And ethically, I already described that it should go through the IRB protocol. It should have been it should be approved by the faculty correctly, and then relevant, improve patient care, contribute to scientific knowledge. For example, this is a paper. Already a lot of data is available now, but I thought, why not understand the hypothesis better, molecular mimicry and all. Something new will have a new impact. So we published this hypothesis on molecular mimicry and host pattern recognition receptor inhibition. Another example of a basic, simple paper, subjective visual experience during intraocular surgery and intravitreal injections against uveitis patient, a tertiary eye care. For a simple study, a lot of patients, uveitis patient, we give PST or sometimes IVTA or some other anti-VEGF because of macular edema. How the patient, what is the patient experience? This has been described in retinal surgery, retinal pathology, but not in uveitis patient. So this patient, this subset of population, and this paper was recently published. So now somebody can ask you and come like, sir, there are a lot of things available, but how to select a topic? So you see what is booming currently. For example, AI is booming. You can target AI in corneal disease. Now newer IOLs, newer companies are designing newer IOLs, such as for example, a PRC IOL recently introduced. So you can understand, or you can evaluate the outcomes of premium IOL. And different studies, by going through the different literature, you can see the ocular surface disease and quality of life, teleophthalmology. Just few examples. In this way, you can select a good research question. It should be a novel question. Now, basic aspect of a scientific manuscript. Every student or every resident should know this. IMRAT format, most of them know it, but we should also say every paper has 4 basic aspects. The introduction. How to describe an introduction also is an art. I can discuss this in future classes, but basic framework is what is already known about a particular pathology or a disease or a type of IOL, for example, what is unknown and why this study is getting performed, or what is this study adding, what are the lacunae. Okay, then methodology, as already discussed, should be robust, correct, ethically should be, if a good sample size should be there, the design should have no flaws, everything should be feasible. So study design, inclusion, exclusion criteria should be described, data collection, statistical analysis. Results are the findings which we get through our study. The tables and figures have to be described correctly, and interpretation and discussion in the end, describing with the and comparing our paper with the existing literature, understanding the strength and limitations and the clinical impact of that paper, and the design future directions, anything which this study is leading to, what are the future prospects available. And additionally, we have an abstract which we already read, and the keywords, the references, the ethics statement and concept. This is the basic IMRAT format of a paper. This every student should know. Then coming to the pitfalls in clinical research. So now we know everything, but still now we have done the study, but something is missing, like something wrong we have done. So it's always better to know what wrong can go, so that we should not get into trap in the end when we have already done the study, and now we are in a like pitfall, like, oh, I didn't do this, I did this wrong, or something was missing. So always and always starting a research with a clear research question, that is very important, and you should understand that this should be novel and should add some value. Inadequate literature review, as already described, a lot of tools are available, different levels of evidence are available. We should always do a good literature review before embarking and stating that this is not missing in the this is missing in the literature, or we are doing something new. Suppose I am stating that I am doing something new, but unfortunately I have not done the correct literature review and this is already described. Then you are in trap. And poor study design methodology, as I already described, that there comes the importance of documentation. Suppose something is not documented. When you are filling the Excel sheet, some data is missing. Now you can't evaluate, you can't proceed with the study. So this is a poor study design and methodology. Methodology was correct, but still the samples are size or something is missing. Then statistics has own importance. Small sample size pilot trials in a novel study will suffice, but a small sample size on already described literature will have very, very less impact, less value, and there is a hardly a good chance of getting the study published in a good literature journal. And correct statistical analysis is very important. So there are few ways of doing the statistical analysis. This is a totally different totally different subject. Statistical, suppose some patients you have seen and you just quoted the prevalence and the incidence, and you have just quoted the percentage. Your outcome or your results are statistically weak. There are no p-values. There is no comparisons. There are no comparisons with the data groups and all. So in this way, you should always contact a good statistician, because statistics, we have only basic knowledge, and you should see the previous paper, what statistics have been done there. Do we have a more robust statistic, more better statistics, or are we missing something? So in this way, before starting the paper, you should see all these things. And selection of observer bias. Let's give you an example. Suppose you are doing phacoemulsification heart cataract. Now you already know that these are dilated pupils, heart cataract. You are assigning them on your own. Here you are doing a selection bias. And if you are blinded and you don't know, and you are randomly assigning to different group, then that is the correct. Suppose some small people with brown cataract and you are randomly assigning to a particular, then you are doing the correct. So randomization and selection bias is very important. Documentation error, I already told you, incomplete records. Ethics, integrity, IRB approval, correct should be presented before the all concerned faculty and all, and get approval should be done. You should not be doing some invasive procedure, and that should not harm the patient. You should not be charging too much to the patient, and what are you doing, and whatever should be described and correctly explained to the patient. And if you have done everything correct, in spite of that, but you are targeting keratoconus study, suppose in a IOL journal or a basic journal, so you are doing wrong. If you target a keratoconus study in a cornea journal, that is a huge higher chance of getting it accepted. And in the end, it comes like, even if you have done everything wrong correctly, but your paper has you have not designed the paper correctly, you're not following the guidelines, you're not putting everything in perspective, then again there is a chance that paper may not get published. So just to recap and put what are the keys to a successful research and publication. So always ask yourself, like, any good question which is missing, ask an important cleaner. Always do a good thorough research and literature review. Methodology should be crisp, fine, should be compared with previous study. You can even copy the methodology from different study. You can quote the study saying that the methodology was taken from the study, because that is how a paper is designed. That is a correct ethical paper. Maintain data records correctly, follow the ethical principles. You should not be bluffing data. You should not be doing anything wrong. Collaborate with your seniors, mentors, statistician, writing clearly and concisely and within the word limit, selecting the target journal, responding to reviewers. This comes in the end, and continue learning from every submission. A submission which you have done and getting rejected, you should learn from it. How can I improve? Constructive criticism should be the target strategy. So advantages of doing research, it helps you to grow professionally and gives you recognition early in your career. I'll show you how, and help you to understand the decision making, help you to understand your subject also better. Like, this disease is doing this. You are able to understand a particular set of population better. You can access grants and funding early in your career. If you are doing a good study and has a good impact, you're presenting somewhere, you can even you can access the grant. And suppose you are published on a particular paper, you can even collaborate with different colleagues and researchers, mentors, seniors. It will help you to, because they will be happy to collaborate with you since you have published a lot of on a particular paper. For example, now starting 2020, 2019, I had the first paper. Now I have around 300 papers. You can, if you continuously if you always inquisitive and always publishing, you can achieve very early this in this your career. 6 years, you can achieve 300 papers. There is an example of publishing papers on Pythium. One person asked me for a this was from China. He mailed me. I gave him the treatment, and luckily the patient had a good outcome. So in this way, people can seek clinical treatment, and we presented our research in the Kuala Lumpur APO. So we got a grant for it from AIS. In this way, you can access grants, and just example of collaborations from different institute. If you know people, if you see people, people will see you. You are publishing good amount of matter, literature. You have that neck. People are ready to collaborate, and you can take it to a next level. And just thanking for all the support, my mentors reaching. You can also reach here by doing stimulating yourself, kicking start early in your career, doing 440 papers, and then PubMed. You can, and you see, publish around 25 papers now on PyKM. 3 are in peer review now. So you can, if you start you can take a particular disease, you can go into the depth, understand it better. You can design different papers. And if you see, there are total 115 papers. Out of that, I have 23 papers. And now you see the amount of citations you can get early in your career. If you one article, we have around 450 citations now. So very important to getting stimulated at a correct point of time, starting early in your career. The times have changed. There is a lot of importance of clinical research in current era, and this will help you to become a very, very good clinician. This will improve your thinking. This will give you a lot of opportunities, just like I have one. And recently I published one book also on corn. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'll stop my share here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Bharat, for the excellent talk. I think we are really impressed with your so many publications here at so early age. So my one question is about the meta-analysis and systemic review. So how many should be there, the minimum publication or minimum study which you compile the
Uh,
data, and is there
uh,
any minimum?
no, sir, as such, it's not
Uh,
minimum.
okay,
The important part about meta-analysis is, like, you have to see first thing, like, how many papers are available and how many are accessible to you. Sometimes what
yeah,
happens, the papers are not accessible.
yes,
They are like in some journals where you cannot access them without payment. Okay.
yeah,
So then you may have, and then you have to design your question size. For example, in this meta-analysis we published in Python, we just saw the visual outcomes and the outcomes of therapeutic keratoplasty. So we answered only 2 questions. So we
okay,
narrowed down our paper. Then it will narrow down your search. Like, even though there are 115 papers available, then we took only 22 or 23 papers. And now few papers which were not openly available, we contacted the authors. Like, we contacted the authors, like, will you be able to take part in this, and will you be able to share your data? So some people shared.
okay,
So they were given
okay,
the authorship in that. So in this way, it's not like particular papers or like that. There are meta-analysis available which are only 6 papers out of 700. So it is in this way what you are assessing and what is your research question that like designs your that narrow down your papers to
Yes,
meta-analysis.
but
It's not
all
like
the study will have the different methodology, no? Then how you
yeah, correct.
combine the data?
So you have
They
to
have
narrow
all the
down
different
those
outcomes. Yeah.
papers only which have all those data available.
Okay.
Only those
Yeah.
papers which have this data available. And suppose you are not able to access some data, you can exclude those papers. You can say that this was not openly available or it was in some other language or something like that.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, any comment from any other chairpersons? Dr. Sophia, you want to say anything?
Yes, it was a very elaborative talk on research methodology, and as we are already involved in research methodology because we have got DNB students, and that is the one important thing he said, that a question should click you, that you have seeing many patients is a more common condition, but that question, if it clicks you, then you go for it, and then you search for the literature. But one thing I wanted to ask, if it is a rare thing, you said the sample size should be big enough so that study is more reliable.
Like
So the condition is patients are less. Just we did a study on amblyopia and OCT changes, and the second is studying on diabetic retinopathy and the effects of different injections.
yes.
So in one case, the sample size is huge, and the amblyopia, the sample is hardly 100.
Yeah.
It's
So what I usually do, I
yes.
design my research paper. I just design the protocol initially. Then
Yes.
I have a few statisticians who are very good. So I always contact them.
We
They will
also get
say,
in touch with the
yeah, so
statistician.
they will ask you 4 or 5 good papers with the which are the like landmark papers or which are the highest sample size.
For
So
the
based
review of
on that,
literature.
yeah, 5 to 10 papers you have
Okay.
sent them. Based on that, they will
Okay.
design and decide like what will be the sample size out of like, considering the 10% amount of loss to follow up and all that. So they have the sample size
Okay.
calculation formula, and based on the literature available, he will give you the desired sample size. So
The result sample
if it's
size.
suppose if it's rare, then hardly any literature will be available. Already the
Very
sample
few,
is
yes.
expected to
Yes,
be
yes.
less. If it's a common condition,
Yes.
and then it will be based on the what is the
Like
literature.
nowadays it is
Yeah,
diabetic
here the
retinopathy
importance
and
of literature
glaucoma.
comes into play. Yeah, importance of literature
Yes.
and recent papers, good papers, landmark papers, we should not miss, and we should send them. And usually the statistician helps you to design your sample size.
So how
Yeah.
many years back we should collect review of literature? 10 years or 5 years?
10 years is
Usually take
like
10 years.
this is like it's not like this is like suppose I am doing a bibliometric analysis. I was trying to publish one paper recently, bibliometric analysis. Now if you do suppose
Okay.
you are doing bibliometric analysis, then you have to go back and when was the first paper published?
Huge.
Okay, suppose you are
Yes.
doing
Yes.
a
Yes.
particular thesis, then at least the recent last 10 years papers should be there. Yeah,
Recent last 10 years.
because yeah, so if 15 to 20 years back whatever papers have been published, the protocols have changed, maybe the patient presentations have changed, the outcomes have changed. So at
Yes.
least
Yes.
last 10 years. I recently did a review of literature of a recent dry eye treatment. So I took last 10-year papers, and it was
10 years.
accepted.
10
Yeah,
years is good enough.
yeah, 1 decade at least.
Okay.
Yeah, recent decade.
And one thing you mentioned about mesh terminology, that I wanted to get it clear.
Actually, this is more of theoretical rather than practical. It is
Okay.
described in literature like we should use mesh terminologies and all. Hardly anyone uses it, but yeah, you can like I told you like for example, age-related macular degeneration. Now, if you just type macular degeneration, it will give you hypotenuse macular degeneration or like myopic
It will
macular
include many things.
degeneration, macular
Okay.
degeneration due to
Okay.
wet AMD. So in this way, this will become hazard. If you just type age-related macular degeneration, it will just give you dry AMD papers like that. This is the importance of mesh technology. If I'll type pythium keratitis, pythium keratitis is called by another species. So then it will give you the keratitis papers from all pythium. Then if you type pythium insidiosusum keratitis, then it will narrow down your search.
That will not be
Okay.
different.
Pure
Okay.
CIOL or EDOF IOL, for example, EDOF IOL, you'll see all EDOF IOL, but a pure CIOL, narrow downing to what is already described
That will be
terminology
better.
for a particular set of condition or a disease or something.
So when you select a research, then we should have a minimum questions, 1 or 2. Many questions will complicate the study. But
Ideally,
we will have to take
yeah,
many parameters.
first is always do a literature review and then see. Suppose I'm thinking something and I see like, यार ये patient में ऐसा नहीं हुआ. I didn't see a good outcome. So well, like maybe my treatment is not
Sure.
correct or something. Then I should go into literature and see what has been described. Whether I am missing something or I am really missing something which is not described. For example, outcomes of linezolid in Pythium, then outcomes of clarithromycin in Pythium. So linezolid has been described, but are we blindly giving clarithromycin or has been described? Then we can randomize. We can give one group clarithromycin, we can give one group linezolid. Understand? So literature review, background knowledge will help you to design your research question better and may answer your queries which you are thinking. We should always think something, suppose something is not working for us, then we should always think like I am missing something or I am doing something wrong or whether I am seeing something new. That it can have two possibilities. Either you are not correct or you are missing something. Then if you are missing something, that is a research question already. For example, OSSN. I was trying Ripatech initially. Now, OSSN sometimes for a longer period we have to give steroids to reduce the inflammation associated. So, what happens? Sometimes patient keep on using it and they'll have secondary glaucoma. So we are using anti-glaucoma associated. So I thought, why not try Ripatech T with it and see whether is it doing something better for this. One arm I can give MMC, one arm. Is there any role of Ripatech T in ocular surface disease? That was I was trying to answer. Yeah, but unfortunately it didn't show any response. Although there may be some hidden literature available, I have to go into detail, but I was trying something. In this way, you can try a lot of things and go about it. And if something novel comes out, you can describe it like that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So any other questions from anyone? Now I invite PG students to ask question.
Yes, sir.
Anyone from Rio Rims? Any
Yes,
question
sir.
from any PG student?
Good afternoon, sir. It was
Yeah.
actually a very informative study. And as just a resident who has just submitted her thesis, this was actually very useful. And I hope I would have more insight into it before doing my research. And I would also like to thank my guide and mentor, Professor Dr. Sunil Kumar, sir, because we were just residents and we were very new into ophthalmology. We were not aware of the terminologies. We used to trouble sir a lot for small and very silly doubts, and sir has been there throughout, helping us throughout our research. And so my question is, uh, first of all, the most tedious thing in doing a research at the end is like managing your references. That is
Correct.
one question. And secondly, sir, with the advent of and the evolution around us, we are seeing artificial intelligence is something which
Yes.
is now there.
LDP करो भी तो आ जाएगा.
Yes.
And is also the future. Artificial
Yes.
intelligence is
Correct.
also the future. So,
Very
sir,
true.
what role can AI play in helping us in doing our research methodology? And just, I feel AI can just reduce the time and can also give us the points in a very informative
Very
way. But, sir, there are also many platforms which have AI detectors and they don't let you use too much AI. So, how
Very
to deal with it? And so, secondary, plagiarism is also a very big factor
Very
because
true.
the apps like Turnitin and all, they have very
Very
silly words also which they'll take as plagiarism. So there's no option that you can change the given definitions as they are in ophthalmology or any
Very
scientific way.
Yes.
So how to deal with
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah, yeah.
problems? And I wish
So,
I would have known these things before doing my thesis. So I want others to know
Very
because this actually every resident faces this problem
Very
while doing their research.
So now, actually, you have three questions. So I'll answer each of them one by one. First was references. So even when I had published a lot of papers, after that I only got to know about Mental and EndNote. I was not using it earlier, and truly I am not using it today also because
Yes,
they are slightly
that is
complex.
also very
They are
tedious.
very difficult. They are not user friendly. For some,
Yes.
they are very user friendly. If you see people from West and all, they will use all these things. So, but I always believe that manual citation quotation is far easier and a better job, and it saves a lot of time. So, for example, one paper we were writing in sympathetic ophthalmia, and one of my colleagues, senior colleagues, told, please do only with Mendeley or EndNote. So I used it. I took a lot of time to do it. Then what happened in the advantage? I'll tell you the disadvantage and advantage. Disadvantage is it's a very time consuming. Whatever you can do in a couple of days, it takes 7 8 days, because
Yes.
taking the papers, then refining them, putting in folders, then citing them, reading them becomes difficult. Rather than then another the advantage is, if you suppose do the bibliometry, suppose you cite them, the references in number. Suppose you have cited 1 2 3 4 5 6, and now you want to delete one paper. Now you want to delete one citation in the Word document. Fifth, it automatically changes the reference number
Reference
in the
number.
Word document. That is the only advantage I saw. Suppose you are manually deleting it, then you have to change manually everything. That is the only advantage I saw. The disadvantage was very time consuming. Still, I don't use it. I have a different way of doing it, and I always do it on my way. And because in the end, you have to cite at least 30 or 35 citations. For a thesis, maybe it will take a lot of time, but it is very mind boggling. It takes time. And coming to the artificial intelligence, very important, very, very important. It has totally changed the way I was doing or people were doing research, because earlier we were everything doing manually. We were typing, we were writing, we were searching, we were jotting down, and the paper used to take a month to write. Now that can be done in a couple of days. That is a very, very big advantage. But
That is true.
taking that into account, the limitation is it's
Yes.
not totally accurate. First of all, you have
Yeah,
to take
I
into
agree with
mind that whatever you have copied from AI, for example, Chat GPT or a Gemini or a Claude, you should not totally rely on it. You should
yes.
always use your mind, and you should always read that text and then refine it. Now there are ways and tricks to do it. Now it's not like you just paste and copy, because suppose you type something, I want to get an introduction for DSEC. Then it will give you an introduction. It will give you point wise. It will give you blindly. It will give you, but you just not totally copy it and paste it. Then you should refine on your own way. You should read it. You see anything missing, any wrong words. Suppose visual acuity he has written differently or wrong, or spelling is wrong. Something you have to check for the correctness, and how it should be presented in a paper. You should give that shape to it. That is very important, because if you directly copy and paste it, everyone will know this is copied from ChatGPT, so they will immediately reject it. But if you humanize it, this is called humanizing the AI.
Humanization, yes.
If you give it a humanized touch, then it will I have published a lot of papers with totally with AI. I tell you, I have published a lot of papers totally, but they are being checked ethically. Everything is correct. And the another important thing, you totally don't rely on the references. References are totally wrong from any AI software. So references have to be definitely cross-checked. Don't think that my work is done, everything is over. Otherwise, you are in trap. You should not. Otherwise, you are not doing ethical research. Also, you are not searching anything. You are doing correct. You are doing wrong. Otherwise, it is very simple. If it's very easy to publish a paper like this, then what is the use of paper publishing a paper like this? So take advantage, help of the AI tool, but don't totally rely on it. Use your mind, because AI is not going to replace humans. That is for sure. Yeah, my how I think, what I do, I am giving instructions to AI. AI is not doing everything on its own. So it's always and always like that. What was the third question?
Sir, on plagiarism, because there are certain
Plagiarism,
apps
yeah.
which take the simple words of
Turn it in.
files.
I tried initially. I got access to it from one of my friends in US, but it's very costly. And every time you can't just keep on boggling someone like, you please give me Turnitin access, Turnitin access. Understand? So the best tool which we have is Grammarly available with us. You can
Grammar.
use
Yes.
Grammarly. I have a paid version of Grammarly, and if you put your PG ID card there, you get 50% off on it. So
Yes.
it's around 10,000 or 12,000 per year. So you get it for 5 6,000, and it is for available for a year. Very accurate, very nice. Plagiarism is totally accurate with it. And even suppose you are generating something with AI, you just guide the comment like, please give me plagiarism free content. So mostly you are getting through it. So there is no need for those costly softwares and all. Grammarly is good enough. I am using it for years now, and it is doing wonder. But with the advent of AI, the English is usually very good. You don't need to use it, but still double check it with Grammarly. It will be
Yeah.
real. Plagiarism, you can check. You can check the wrong, any mistakes are there, and other things also it gives. The paid version is very good.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, we have to take other questions also.
Sure, sure.
So
Thank you.
any other PG students want to ask anything?
Sir,
any
I have a
previous
question. Can I ask Dr.
Yeah,
Sunil?
yeah, please go, ma'am. Yeah, please go.
Yeah. So, as Dr. Bharat mentioned that you can use AI to, check the English or from Grammarly and all those things. Don't you think after 4 or 5 years there will be, high-end tools to identify those things and it will affect our credibility?
they're already there, and you are not doing anything wrong. You can mention even in the paper in the last that the for English refinement I use the AI tool. They will not reject your paper.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
So
mention it.
those things you have to
Yeah,
mention.
you
Okay.
can even mention that
Okay.
images were generated with the help of this tool, or you have to be ethically correct. You're not doing anything wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
There are
Yeah,
ways,
thank
and
you.
every journal has a different AI protocol. You just go in the website and read how they have designed. If they are saying that we totally don't accept it, then you have to be careful. For example, JCRS, they're very particular about it. But if you give that a humanoid touch, change your language slightly, they won't be able to identify. Even if they are identifying, you can quote it. There is no,
Okay.
you're
Thank you.
not doing anything wrong. You're doing it on your own. You're not copying anything. You're just generating, you are giving instructions to AI.
Yeah,
Okay.
any any question from
So,
any other postgraduate students?
no postgraduate, they have all joined
Yeah.
and not responding. So the winner is Anamika Chaudhary,
Yeah, thank you.
the winner of this, because she is the one who
Who was the
participated.
person?
So Anamika Chaudhary was winner in the cornea session also, and she is winner of 3 prizes because she won in cornea session, she won in research methodology, and a special prize from Dr. BP Kashyap sir. So you won 3 prizes,
Thank you.
right? So on the CME day, Dr. Sunil sir will hand over it to you. Okay. So you people all stay connected for the leadership sessions, because there are 2 sessions and we have prizes for leadership session also. So over to so we are very thankful to Bharat Gurnani
Thank you, ma'am.
that he took time off and taught us so well, and we will be continuing with you for 4 more sessions. So we will do 5 sessions with you. So to help us, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the
Thank
opportunity.
you.
Hope it was very useful.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr.
Yes,
Bharat.
definitely.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you so much.
thank you, everyone.
So now we are going to start our leadership development program. So hello all. We are going to start our leadership development sessions. It is in 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So we all know that during our postgraduate training in ophthalmology, we master diagnostics, learn surgical steps, build academic knowledge. We learn how to read an OCT, interpret a pentacam, calculate IOL power. But somewhere an important question remains: are we being trained to lead? Because very soon, a PG is no longer just a learner, but a decision maker, a communicator, and a team leader. In emergency situations like acute glaucoma or ocular trauma, we need clarity of thought and confidence in action. While counseling a fearful patient or handling post-operative dissatisfaction, we need empathy, patience, and communication skills. While working with our team, optometrists, nurses, counselors, we need the ability to guide, to coordinate, to inspire, to lead. And when we step onto the platform like AIOS, presenting, teaching, representing our institutions, we need presence, confidence, and leadership identity. Because ultimately, ophthalmology is not just about microsurgery, it is about macro impact also. This is why leadership development program is not optional, it is essential, not only at AIOS level, but at the state level too. And from this year, UC has also incorporated this into their curriculum. So over to Dr. Sunil, because he is the chairman ARC, Academic Research Committee, Jhos, and this leadership development program comes under this. So
Yeah,
over to Dr. Sunil for welcome and introduction.
yeah, thank you, ma'am. So very good afternoon to everyone. And I welcome all of you to this leadership development program, which is organized by the ARC Jhos. So leadership is not merely about the holding a position, it's about the inspiring others. And today the program has been thoughtfully designed and so many speakers across the has been involved. So I welcome the office bearer of the Jhos, Dr. S.P. Jakhanwal, President Jhos, Dr. Sujay Samanta, Honorary Secretary Jhos, Dr. Malay Verma, Honorary Treasurer Jhos, and Dr. Bharti Kashyap, Chairman Scientific Committee Jhos. And next I will introduce all the speakers for the today's program, Leadership Development
So
Program.
you have to introduce the moderator, the Joel Viswas.
Oh, okay. Can you show the slides, please? Yeah.
Yes.
So today's moderator for this leadership development program is Dr. Doyle Biswas. She is a cataract and refractive surgeon at Sushrut Eye Foundation Research Center, and besides refractive surgery, her passion lies in creating out-of-the-box programs like pentathlon, ophthalmic steeplechase, tall tales, walk the talk, the nation want to know, to name a few. So with her razor-sharp wit and quick repartee, she is known to hold the audience spellbound during her program. So welcome, Dr. Doyle Biswas, ma'am, for moderating the session. Thank
Next.
you.
Premlata,
Now
next.
Yeah, so
next Premlata. CSE Jhos.
Yeah, just before this, yeah. So the next moderator of today's program is Dr. Bharti Kashyap. She is the founder director Kashyap Memorial Eye Hospital, and she specializes in femto cataract and refractive surgery. She is the chairman scientific committee of our Jhos. She is the chairperson Women Doctors Wing IMA Jharkhand. She is also the organizing secretary of our forthcoming the midterm conference of the All India Ophthalmic Society. She has received so many awards, and mainly the Nari Shakti Puruskar Award from the Honorable President of India. So I welcome Dr. Bharti Kashyap ma'am as the moderator of the sessions.
So let me welcome, introduce you also. So Dr. Sunil Kumar, under whom leadership this is being conducted. So we welcome our chairman ARC, Professor Sunil Kumar, HOD Rio Rims Ranchi. He is the medical director, government eye bank and chief cornea services Rio Rims Ranchi. He has done all his trainings from PJI. He has teaching experience for more than 17 years. He has published more than 50 papers in national and international index journals and presented papers, faculty talks, and instruction courses in various national and state conferences. He has so many awards to his name. And with this, I welcome Dr. Sunil Kumar, and I request Dr. Sunil Kumar to introduce all the 7 speakers for this leadership development program. Please share the slides. Premlata.
Yeah, next, yeah. So the first speaker is Dr. Avasti B. Unithan. She is consultant ophthalmologist at the Precise Specialty Eye Care, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. So welcome, ma'am. Next speaker is Dr. Subodh Saraf. He is a two talk. So he completed the Ratan Tata Advanced Cataract Fellowship from the Sankar Nethralaya, Chennai, and also the Medical Retina Fellowship from the Suvi Eye Hospital, Kota. He has more than 15 years of experience in community ophthalmology work in Udaipur and nearby district of the Rajasthan. He won the Best Paper Award in Trauma category in AIOC 2017. He participated in Leadership Development Program by AIOS by 25-26 and is presently the executive member of the Rajasthan Ophthalmical Society and member of the editorial board of the Rajasthan Journal of Ophthalmology.
Next.
So welcome, Dr. Subodh sir.
Next.
Next slide, please.
Premlata, next slide, please.
Yeah. So the next speaker is Dr. Sweta Patro. She is vitreoretina consultant at Dhruvi Hospital, Brahmpur, Odisha. And surgical expertise include the complex RD surgery, advanced diabetic retinopathy, macular disorder, laser therapy, and comprehensive vitreoretina.
I think we should be short.
Yeah. And she has so many research impact as well. So welcome, Dr. Sweta Patro, for this LDP sessions.
Premlata, next.
So next speaker is Dr. Asu Agarwal. He is the cornea cataract refractive surgeon, senior consultant, Perfect Sight Center in Prasth Apollo Hospital, New Delhi. And he is a seasoned ophthalmologist with 30 years of experience, specialized in the cornea, cataract refractive surgery. He has been associated with the leading institutions such as Venua Institute, Eye Care Hospital, and Center for Sight, and is currently practicing at the Perfect Sight Center in Trust Apollo Hospital in New Delhi.
Okay, next.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Next, please welcome Dr.
welcome,
Ashok.
Doctor. Yeah, welcome, Dr. Ashok. So the next speaker is Dr. Charuta Purnik. She is Senior Cornea Consultant and Founder Director, Ocular Generous Biotech Private Limited. She is a fellowship-trained cornea and ocular surface specialist with expertise in the medical and surgical management of the ocular surface disease, corneal infection, keratoplasty, and compressed cataract surgery. So I welcome Dr. Charuta ma'am for today's session.
Next,
So,
Premlata.
Yeah, so the next speaker is Dr. Souvik Barwa. He is
He's from Shankar Deva Netralaya, Guwahati, Assam.
He's a consultant comprehensive and community ophthalmologist, Shankar Deva Netralaya, Guwahati.
Yeah.
So I welcome Dr. Souvik
Welcome.
Barwa. Yeah, we have to cut short on the introduction.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Dr. Souvik Barwa. So the next speaker is Dr. Kavita Dangra. She is ophthalmologist and cornea consultant dedicated to providing exceptional healthcare and leadership with the clinical community. So I welcome Dr. Kavita Dangra ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Next.
Yeah, so I think we have introduced all the speakers. Yeah.
Now I'm going to introduce quickly the chairpersons. We have Dr. Sophia Ahmed. She's the HOD of Bokaro General Hospital. Dr. Bharti Sharma. She's the HOD of Ophthalmology, Tata Main Hospital, Jamshedpur. Dr. Seema. She's the Senior Faculty of MGM Medical College, Jamshedpur. Dr. Nidhi. She's the Head Cornea Services, Kashyap Memorial Eye Hospital, Ranchi. Dr. Anindya Anuradha is the HOD of Ophthalmology, Bhagwan Mahavir Manipal Hospital, Ranchi. And with this, we are going to start our leadership session. Welcome, Dr. Doyle. And Dr. Doyle puts the house on fire. She's the best moderator of India. And all these sessions, like she mentioned, Pentalon, the nation wants to know. And she is one of the best refractive surgeon of the Eastern India. So welcome, Dr. Doyle. Over to you, Dr. Doyle.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You have the program.
Yes, I have
the first debate is between Dr. Ashwati and Dr. Subodh.
Yes, the first program is between Dr. Ashwati and Dr. Subodh. Can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Open their window. We have to take picture. They all have windows closed.
So, open, every one of you. Show your beautiful faces. You need to be.
Please open the window. Shweta, Rashmi, Amar, Lalita, Nupur.
Yes, the opponent.
Hello.
So are we ready to go?
Yes,
we have some.
Open, Anamika, Amar, Rashmi, Shweta, Samiksha, Nupur. Adarsh, open. Open karo window. Yes, good. Rashmi, Shweta, Samiksha.
Right. While they're opening the window, I just want to say something. I am actually out of my house, so there might be a little bit of network problem. But as when Dr. Bharti asks you to do something, wherever you are, in whichever part of the world, you do it because you cannot refuse her. So therefore, in case I go off the network, please forgive me and please bear with me. But we have some very, very interesting debates. And I was telling Dr. Bharti that we should actually do this live because the topics are so wonderful. You are excellent debaters. I have just one rule in my debate: no unparliamentary language allowed, but you need to go for the jugulars of your vein of your opponent, because in my debate, I always want bloodshed. Okay, so we are going to start with the very first debate. Our speakers are Dr. Unnithan versus Dr. Subodh Saraf, and the topic is very, very interesting. It says, should leaders always tell the truth even when it hurts? And when we talk about hurts, we mean it hurts the person who hears the truth as well as the person who's speaking it. So, and Dr. Bharti, we have only 5 minutes and no
Yes.
rebuttal time. Discussants are there. I will ask the discussants to come in and let's go into it. Dr. Aswati is going to speak for the motion. She says that you should not tell the truth all the time. Dr. Aswati, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society and Bharti Kashyap, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
So,
slideshow. You can do slideshow.
yeah. So I'm speaking for the motion. Leaders must always speak the truth, even when
Dr.
it hurts.
Aswati, make this a slideshow.
Yeah. I think I am in slideshow mode, ma'am. Yeah.
Here it is not coming, the slideshow.
Slides are not coming.
No, it's not.
Okay, 1 second. Can you, is it visible?
No, a screen is not visible now. Your
Screen is not
screen is
visible.
no.
1 second.
And while Dr. Aswati is getting ready, I have to congratulate Dr. Saraf even before he has spoken, because in one morning he is going to appoint 2 ladies. Dr. Aswati, are you ready?
Yeah, is it visible now?
No, it's
Yeah,
not in the slideshow mode. You have to put it in the slideshow mode.
You know why
Yeah, I have put it in the slideshow mode, ma'am. But
Yeah, you know why I kept this? Because I also always tell the truth and invite so many enemies. So my family says.
So I think I without my slides, I think I don't know. I'm it is visible over here, but I don't know why it's
okay.
not.
I think we can continue. Yeah, you go to the first slide. You go to first slide.
Yeah, can you see, sir?
Yeah,
the
we
very
can see
first
the
slide.
screen. You go to the first slide. This third slide is showing.
I'm now in my my system. It is showing the first slide, sir.
No. Here it is the third slide.
Dr. Ashwati, just stop your PPTX. Whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
stop it. Go back to your original PowerPoint, and then.
Yeah, I am in my original PowerPoint only.
No, presenter view. Just uncheck it.
Okay.
If it's a presenter view, it goes back to the PPT.
Okay, one second.
And share the whole share whole screen.
So Amar is in action. Good. Good.
Thank you.
Now, is it the first slide?
Yeah.
Are you seeing it?
Perfect.
Yes, it's now okay. Okay.
Okay,
Perfect,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm speaking in support of the motion. Leaders must always say the truth, even when it hurts. Dev? Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. Leadership truly becomes difficult, not when the decisions are complex, but when the truth is uncomfortable. Because the real test of leadership is, do we say what is easy or do we say what is the truth? And a leader's greatest asset is not authority, experience, or intelligence, but it is trust. And trust is built on a simple foundation, the truth. The moment the leaders begin to hide uncomfortable realities or soften facts to make them easier for someone to hear, something subtle erodes. Confidence weakens, credibility fades. And leadership slowly turns into management of perceptions rather than guidance of people. Speaking the truth, then difficult truths prevents bigger failures. In medicine, in organizations, and in society, crisis rarely appears overnight. They grow quietly. They grow quietly in the shadows of unspoken truths, problems that were seen, concerns that were felt, but truths that were never voiced. Honest leaders shine light into reality early, even when it is uncomfortable. Because confronting the truth today prevents disaster tomorrow. Speaking the truth is ultimately an act of respect. When leaders hide reality to protect their teams, they are often underestimating them. Great leaders believe their people are strong enough to face reality, wise enough to respond to it, and courageous enough to grow from it. Yes, truth might hurt. Truth might hurt, but deception harms far more. Truth may cause discomfort for a moment, but dishonesty destroys trust for a lifetime. Leadership is not always about being liked, but leadership is always about being trusted. And trust rests on one simple, unwavering principle. Speak the truth even when it hurts, even when it is difficult, and even when it is uncomfortable. Because leadership, as in life, Satyameva Jayate. Truth alone triumphs. Thank you.
Dr. Subodh. Dr. Subodh.
Yes, ma'am.
As I was saying that this is a very controversial topic, so we want Subodh to come in now and still don't need to with all time. Dr.
Ma'am, the voice is not clear.
Your voice is not audible. She said now that she will be having problem.
Ma'am, should I start my presentation or?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, please start.
Ma'am, other participant should stop sharing.
Yeah, I've stopped sharing.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. At the outset, I would like to thank Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society and their distinguished members for inviting and giving me opportunity to speak on this topic. The resolution in front of me today is, should a leader always speak truth, even if it hurts? And I strongly believe that after my presentation, you feel some that we may sometime have to hide the truth or modify the truth or withhold the truth. What leadership is all about? I believe that truth is important, but leadership is not just merely stating the fact. It is preparing the people to handle the truth. Tough times can arise anytime, and during that time, the success of a nation, society, or a family will depend how the leader deals with that. The leader should responsibly figure out the situation and search the solution. For this, he needs to buy some time, and during that time, he should filter and frame his words very carefully. In our own medical departments, the faculty and the department head must handhold their juniors when they make mistakes and handle the situation with diplomacy in front of the patients. Otherwise, the reputation and the discipline of the department will be shattered. Truth without context can be harmful. So, a leader must provide context, solutions, and directions before speaking the truth completely. Suppose in a hospital, the patient's waiting time has increased. If the management bluntly says the truth, then it will create just fear, anger, and anxiety. And if they say like this, that due to sudden shortage of staff or some increase in the number of emergency cases, the patient waiting time has increased, we have arranged some on-call staff and soon we will be overcoming this problem, then it will create some understanding, reassurance, and direction. Likewise, on the national level, when there is a pandemic or economic crisis, revealing every bit of information that will create panic or market collapse or social unrest. There will be unnecessary queues which will create shortage of food, fuel, and many things. While the researchers come out of the situation, come out for the search for some solution, the leaders sometimes withhold or soften the information, not to deceive, but to protect the stability and unity. Their words will create resilience or helplessness. During a war, revealing every piece of information will just boost enemies' morale rather than helping out own people. There are n number of historical and political examples like Cuba Missile Crisis, World War II, and Apollo 13 mission, where the truth was hidden for number of days just to have a fruitful outcome. Confidentiality is not a choice, it is an ethical obligation, and responsible leadership requires discretion. The greatest example that I could find is from Mahabharata, where the Lord Krishna, which I suppose is the leader of all leaders, himself advised Yudhishthir to withhold the complete truth during the Ashwatthama death. But his intention was to defeat injustice, not to create injustice. After the crisis is over, the job of leader again comes to create hope and confidence. And that hope will lead to some collective action, and that will again bring laurels in the institution or the nation. There is difference between lying and withholding the information, but this is a responsible leadership, and we should understand this thing. In the end, I would like to say that a leader should make the things all well with their good intent, hard work, and diplomacy, even when they have to modify the truth. Thank you.
To sum it up, Dr. Sharaf, if I can say it in one sentence, if your intentions are good, you can get away with a lie, right?
Yes,
can
ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
make
Yes,
it as simple as that?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so I would like to go to the discussant, and I would, do we have a discussant here? Dr. Bharti, can you tell us?
Yes, the PG students are there. The PG students are there, and there is a 1,000 cash prize also for both the sessions.
Yes, so is there a name, any PG student who wants to speak
Amar
up?
is there. Amar is there.
Yes, good morning.
Yes,
good morning,
Amar.
everyone. Good morning,
Amar,
everyone.
I have a question for you based on... Okay, good morning. It's actually afternoon.
Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon,
Actually,
and I have
sir,
a question for you.
Your Mahabharat example was so good, sir.
Can you not hear?
Thank you.
Amar, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Amar, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Amar, thanking
Yes,
sir
ma'am,
will
I
not
hear.
give you a prize. You need to answer this question. Okay. So
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
something, Amar. Do you believe that sugarcoating the truth is what should be done instead of telling the truth to the face? After listening to this debate.
Yes, ma'am. Without if our intention was good, then it will be beneficial, because sometimes telling the truth it creates a emotional depth over the participant, over the candidate who telling the truth. So it is better to tell lie sometimes if our intention was good.
Dr. Amar, can I ask you a personal question? Are you married, Dr.
Yes, ma'am.
Amar? And is your wife privy
No, ma'am.
to this thing? Will she be able to see this? Is the recorded version of what you are saying?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Will your wife be able to see the recorded version? Well, then you are a very lucky man. Because believe me, Dr. Amar, after saying what you have said, that if your intentions are good, you can get away with a lie, I don't think you'll be able to return home. Any other PG student who would like to comment on this? Anyone, any of the participants would like to say something? So do we conclude that we can tell a lie?
Hello.
Yes, please come in.
Good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Lalita Priya from GNH. So I have a doubt, like if we sugarcoat the lies, it depends on the situation. Like we are residents here, and if our mentor sugarcoat and doesn't tell us that you are doing mistake here, won't there be any lacunae in our residency? Won't there be any potential of that particular resident's growth will be affected, right? Whereas this lies can be told to the patient care. I believe like in patient care, if the patient is struggling a lot, instead of directly telling that you are having this critical problem, we can sugarcoat and tell, and we can break the truth slowly to the patient. So as a resident, our mentor should be telling the truth as a leader of the team, and let us grow in our department and in our career. That is my opinion of this topic.
So essentially, Dr. Lalita, I think you brought up a very beautiful perspective, a very different perspective, that when you have to tell the truth to the residents, you should always tell the truth. So if a resident drops a nucleus, you tell that resident you're worthless, you'll never make a cataract surgeon ever in your life. You're telling the resident the truth. But when it comes to the patient, you have to tell the patient the truth. So if you have a macular scar, you tell the patient that I will try. Let's see if your luck is good. You might have a 6x6 vision, right? Despite the
Yes,
fact
ma'am.
you know that the patient has a macular scar. Do you
Yes.
agree with me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I think you're going to make a very good private practitioner in future. But we have to go to the next debate,
Thank
which
you.
is Dr. Shweta Patro versus Dr. Saraf. Again, as I said, a very brave man taking on two ladies in one session. And Dr. Shweta
Can I
is...
say something?
Yes, yes.
It's the way in which the truth is delivered is important. So, delivering it in a harsh way or delivering it in a very diplomatic way, that also makes a difference. And lying and withholding, there are two different things, as Dr. Subodh had mentioned. So, withholding is better than lying, and we can deliver it at a better time later on. Is this okay?
Yes, I think that's something that Dr. Shubodh has mentioned. Of course, withholding and lying is a different aspect. And yeah, I think all of us, no matter what we say, there comes a time in your life when we often have to withhold the truth, whether it is in our professional life, personal life, whatever. Truth, theoretically, it sounds very good that always speak the truth. Practically, I don't think it's something that's, very palatable.
Not always.
Going on to our next debate is that, is society more critical of female leaders than male leaders? Oh my God, this is such a debatable topic. And I'm sure every female out here, I'm sure this entire group is divided. So speaking on the topic, we have Dr. Shweta Patro, and of course, taking her on, we have Dr. Sharaf. Shweta, ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Shweta, yes, let's hear you.
Can you see my slides?
We can't actually.
Now?
Can anyone else see her slides? No, Shweta, we can see. I can see you. I can't see your slides.
Can you see my screen now, ma'am?
We can see you, Shweta, but we are not able to see
this slide. Yeah. Now?
Yeah, it's coming now.
Yeah. So thank you, Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society and the LDP program over here, and especially Bharti ma'am for inviting us. So my topic today is society more critical of female leaders than male leaders? I feel it is. And to begin with, I feel I should share my personal experience first. I've been called boss lady. I'm been called ambitious, formidable, bold, rebellious, carefree, etc., etc., etc. And I do not believe there is a single female out here who has not been judged ever, whether you take it to your heart or not, but you have been judged. That is what I personally believe. So let us hear from one of the famous CEOs of the world.
Audio is not coming, Dr.
And now?
Smita.
Okay.
No, audio is not there.
You can't hear, ma'am?
No, we cannot hear.
Okay, ma'am. So I'll be telling here whatever she has spoken. She says that women are more judged. That is, when a woman is decisive, she is called bossy, and when she shows empathy, people call her weak. So this coming out of a very great CEO like Indra Nooyi is something to be thought about, because she was an Indian who has been in the Western world for a very long time. So she also says, when we judge a woman for her performance, even if it is great, it is discounted. So that is something that needs to be thought upon. So let us see why we have this difference in perception. So actually what happens is we are still haunted by traditional gender norms. So women are expected to be kind, nurturing, helpful, and supportive, whereas men are expected to be decisive, competent, assertive, and strong. So look at the dilemma for women here. So the leadership traits which we associate with a good leader, that is the decisive and competent or assertive and strong, are usually associated with men as compared to the characteristics which we see for women. So that is why people think that women who have these characteristics are not very likable. So to confirm this psychological bias, there was a study which was conducted in Columbia University. So half of the class were given same success story, only the crux was half of the students were given the Heidi success story and the other was Harvard success story. They just changed the names. And the students were asked to review both Heidi and Harvard on the basis of their competence and likability. So the result, both the groups found that Heidi and Harvard were equally competent, but Harvard was more likable than Heidi. So this shows a very important thing. Actually, the students thought that Heidi was way too aggressive and too out for herself as compared to Harvard. Most of the students wanted Harvard to be in their group as compared to Heidi. So why this happens? So there is some kind of a psychological bias which we even do not know, which is very subconscious. This bias, we can see it in others, but when we are biased, it is very difficult for us to realize that we are also being biased. So as expected, this number of CEOs in India who are women are 5 to 7%, and almost 18% of the women hold the top posts. Ideally, it should be 50%, right? So still the society is lacking on this aspect. Is there anything which we can do about it? For now, I feel we can just speak up. At least we can do that. And also question if there is somebody who is being judged on anything else other than their competence. So we have very good examples out here who are really good and competent leaders. So we should redefine leadership as being smart, compassionate, and effective regardless of gender. Thank you.
Okay, that was brilliant, Shweta. And I was nodding my head so much that now I have a pain on my neck. Okay. And Dr. Sharaf, before you come in, I just want you to give fair warning. I am a self-declared feminist, as are most of the people out here. Okay, and while this thing is going on, my daughter is in the room and she's raising her hand also. She's also a feminist. Okay, so we are all self-declared feminists. So be very convincing, very, very convincing, and also be very grateful that this is an online debate and not a physical debate. Otherwise, I do not know in what condition you would leave the room having opposed this motion. Over to you, Dr. Sharaf.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Ma'am, you rightly said that I am debating against two female, but when Bharti ma'am said to me that Subodh, you can do it, so I believed in her leadership, and this is the way that female leaders are now accepted better than the I suppose male leaders. If we look into the history, then undoubtedly women have faced historical barriers in leadership. The challenges are real and should never be ignored. But the real question is, does society today judge female leaders more harshly than the male leaders? I would clearly say no. The modern leaders are increasingly evaluated based on the competence and performance, not gender. Women in ophthalmology have achieved excellence, have proved their leadership, and have gained respect. They have been confirmed with the best of the national and international prizes, and they have achieved the highest of the position of even our own societies. In ophthalmology, women are respected for their skill, dedication, and vision. As we go to the higher positions, the criticism becomes higher. In the modern era of the internet and mobile, every decision made by the leader is instantly analyzed. The common factor is not gender, it is the leadership itself. Strong leaders make difficult choices, and these choices will inevitably create supporters and critics. You will be receiving up thumbs and down thumbs. But the important point is, when a male leader is criticized, we rarely assume that the criticism is based on gender. And suddenly, when the female leaders are criticized, we automatically interpret it as due to gender. This should not be there. The best example that I could found is in this month only, June 2026, the first batch of women NDA cadets passed out from Indian Military Academy and as army officers. If society were inherently more critical of the female leaders, women would not have been breaking the barriers in one of the country's most demanding institutions, the armed forces. Both female and male sport person are bringing laurels to the country, and they are earning respect. Their achievements are being celebrated. They are given best of the national awards. So talent does not have any gender. Achievements have no bias. In Operation Sindoor, leadership was proved beyond gender, where the women officers played a prominent role in the national security briefings with their competence and responsibility. Before describing this slide, I'll just make you please remember in your mind who is the principal of your kids' school. In schools across India, a large number of principals are women. What does this reflect? This reflects society's trust in women leadership abilities. Female leaders prove themselves with their compassion, and the most important thing, I believe, is the merit. There are n number of examples such as Foreign Department, Finance Department, and even leading the most biggest bank of India. So these all prove that merit is above all. Just as Shweta gave the examples, I will add on more examples to that business class that these leaders have proved their innovation, their impact has lasted, and they have transformed their business into a consumer-friendly brand. So the entrepreneurship transcends less gender and impacts last forever. In the end, I will conclude the session, my talk with the thing that the modern society does not criticize the female leaders. They believe that Mari chhoriyan chhoro se kam hai ke? The female leaders are the national pride, and we should believe this thing. Thank you.
First and foremost, Dr. Subodh, I had to clap for you for the very first sentence that you said. How typical of a male. Maska marna hai to koi inse seekho. The first sentence he sort of bowled over Dr. Bharti and me by saying, whatever he said. Having said that, I have to say you've diverted from the topic a little. We are not talking about women leaders. Women make very good leaders, much more than men. The question is, are we criticized more? And when you're coming up with dangal, let me say, chodi choda se kam nahi hai, but chodi had to look like a choda, huh? Cut off their hair and do so much more. And despite that, they had all the catcalls. Don't forget that bit of it. So on that note, let me go to a discussant. Who will take up the gauntlet this time? Which PG student? Can I have a PG student volunteering? I don't have their names here, Dr. Bharti.
Irshad.
Amar.
Yes, Irshad, Amar, Gagan.
Irshad, let me hear your opinion on this. Irshad, if you are capable of giving unbiased, gender-free opinion, can you tell me? Irshad, are you there?
Gagan.
Irshad.
They have all joined and they have nobody's
They're all
responding.
trying to keep quiet.
Anamika is there. She will
I think all of them back home.
Anamika is there.
All of them have to go back home. Anamika, can we have you?
Anamika is there. Lalita is there.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, it's a very it is such a topic, I guess, where there's a lot of to debate, but also the results are very clear that however change this society brings, still in India, women are judged and will continue to be judged no matter what the situation is. We have so many great women leaders amongst us also now in this session also, and we all know that women have to go through a lot of struggle and they have to really be very strong and just keep their ears off to come and reach the position in which they are in today. And sir, you have very beautifully said and described. It was really very emotional and a good thing to just see how the women leaders were celebrated by you. And of course, we have great examples today. In both fields, we know Rashmika, Smriti is doing so good. And a lot of things are very nicely done, but still, women are judged because we know in a clinic, I'll just give you an example of a government setup. In a government hospital, as soon as a patient sees a female doctor, the first thing he will say is sister, didi. They will not say doctor, madam. बहुत कम बोलते हैं कि doctor, madam बोलेंगे. Otherwise, the first thing which comes out from their mouth is अरे sister जी ये बताइए वो बताइए. या फिर अगर आप देखो तो ये भी पूछेंगे कि आप ऑपरेशन कीजिएगा, आप ही देखिएगा, कोई सर नहीं है क्या? ये नहीं बोलेंगे कि कोई मैडम नहीं है क्या, लेकिन जरूर बोलेंगे कि कोई सर नहीं है क्या. So you may be doing a lot, but still at the end of the day, we are judged. And ma'am just put a very few nice words like boss lady and all. These are very true. We are judged. And also we know that women make great leaders. Like every guidance starts from our family, and we know the role our mothers play in making our future and in the development of a child. But also the society is changing, and we really hope that things become more easier for us in future. Thank you. That's all.
Lalita?
Ma'am, one more thing I need to add is like woman is judged, and also every woman, whichever field, if they are going up in their career, they are also having an added responsibility of taking care of the family as a sole responsibility. That is the biggest thing I see in doctors' field also. I thought there is no equal share of responsibilities in household work or something. This is the one thing I have recently noticed. So I just wanted to add this point also. So
you are from which medical college?
I am from GNH, ma'am, CCL, Gandhinagar Hospital.
Gandhinagar Hospital. You are right. You are right.
She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right, Dr. Bharti, क्योंकि घर में आके no matter how many surgeries you have done, वो चाय तो तुम्हें ही बनाना है. तुम्हारे हाथ की चाय, किसी और की हाथ की चाय नहीं चलेगी, हाँ? So it will be तुम्हारी हाथ की चाय, and the day you don't make it properly, फिर चाय बनाना भूल गया क्या? So it doesn't matter. You can be the best surgeon in the world, but you need to make that perfect cup of tea. So
I would like to just add a point here that the things are changing now. Also, our better halves and our fathers are also being very helpful in a homemaking, and they also make tea for us when we go back from home and my hospital. They make tea for us, and things have changed
लोग
now.
मांग रही
See,
है बोली
Anamika,
तुम बनाओ
Anamika, I
But
will.
there is
इसको
no
अभी
complete
बनाएगी तब
change.
जाकर
No,
Yeah.
Anamika, I will just say this. See, you are talking about it on a show that your husband and your father makes a cup of tea. So it is such a big deal. They're making a cup of tea for you. How many people mention that the wife makes a cup of tea? Because that is expected. वो तो बनाएगी ना. But when your husband or your father makes that cup of tea, you actually mention it. Therein lies the difference. So I do believe, on a very serious note, yes, we are changing. As Dr. Shubodh has very rightly said, there are a lot of women leaders, but I do believe that that leadership to reach where Dr. Bharti has reached, or Dr. Namrata has reached, has been a long, long struggle. And I am sure Dr. Chitra's struggle was a little more than Dr. Her husband's struggle, Dr. Ramamurthy's struggle. So yes, we would go on that, but we will go see. Dr. Bharti also knows it. Her struggle is more than her husband's struggle.
Yes.
If we are in the same line.
Yes, you are right.
Absolutely right. So we'll go on to the next debate now. I think we have Dr. Ashu Agarwal, and he's going to say life
So
balance.
I think the first debate, Anamika, you were debating, you were asking questions, or Amar was asking?
The first one, I think we had Amar and we had Dr. Lalita, both of them. So
it is hanged. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
What I'm saying, the first debate, Amar was participating.
As a discussant?
Yes.
We had Dr. Amar and Dr. Lalita, I think, both of them.
Lalita and Anamika also discussed, but as Lalita came for the first time, we have I think winner should be Lalita, because Anamika is winner of 3 sessions. So the first session of LDP, the winner is Lalita from CCL.
You,
so you have to come in this physical CME for taking the prize physically.
Yes,
Lalita. So stay connected. We are starting the next session. Anamika, are you here? Anamika and this Amar and all. Lalita, stay connected. And we are starting the next session of leadership. Over to Dr. Doyle.
Leads to mediocrity. Let me be very clear. This is not an argument against health, rest, or family. It's an argument against the myth that greatness can be achieved by perfectly balancing effort and comfort. History tells us a different story. Excellence demands imbalance. Across medicine, science, arts, sports, extraordinary outcomes emerge from sustained, intense focus. Look at the Laszlo Polgar experiment. He immersed his daughters in a single domain, chess. No balanced childhood, no diluted focus. The outcome? Judith Polgar, the eldest, defeated world champions, including Kasparov and Karpov. Sisters became international grandmasters. This was designed imbalance, producing measurable excellence. Take Frederick Banting. He was a clinician. He stepped beyond his routine practice, worked nights, immersed himself in refining pancreatic extracts. The life-saving insulin was not discovered through balance, but through deliberate professional imbalance, and it transformed medicine forever. Take Michael Phelps. Relentless training. 23 Olympic gold medals. Champions don't balance life around excellence, they organize life around it. If we make balance the goal, it caps your ambition. It whispers, stay within your limits, protect your comfort, but mastery demands disproportionate commitment. Impose balance too early, and we trade depth for moderation. History repeats this pattern. Da Vinci had no separation between art or life and science. Vincent van Gogh, he produced 2,000 works in 1 decade. Nikola Tesla, his ideas have become infrastructure. Steve Jobs, his focus has become an industry. You can critique their lifestyle, but you cannot deny the outcome. From Abdul Kalam's life as a mission, Swaminathan's green revolution, Kurian's white revolution, Satyajit Ray's total immersion in cinema, G. Venkateswamy's eliminating blindness at scale, and Devi Shetty's transforming of cardiac care, India's progress too has been driven by purpose and not by moderation. Balance stabilizes society, imbalance transforms it. And herein lies the deeper truth. Humanity advances through intense phases of innovation that push limits and redefine our boundaries. Had we prioritized balance at every stage, we would still be managing symptoms instead of curing diseases. We would be sketching ideas and not building technologies. Civilizations move forward because a few, at critical moments, choose discovery over comfort. Work life separation leads to mediocrity. Integration of service, of purpose, leads to brilliance. When balance is the destination, mediocrity is where we arrive. When brilliance and progress are pursued, balance must quietly step aside.
You know, that was, I think you've said your point very well. And in your favor, you have the fact that on a Sunday afternoon, after having instead of having a hearty meal and sleeping, snoring, here attending a debate. So that is in your favor, I have to say. But one thing I would like to point out about the quote on the Steve Jobs ultimately died of cancer. And are you aware of the last quote he said before dying? Probably you should have read that up before quoting him. But let's hear what your opponent, Dr. Ashu, has to say, who believes that you can maintain a work-life balance and still reach the top, that you don't have to be mediocre. Dr. Ashu, over to you. Dr. Ashu?
Dr. Ashu is there, but he's muted. Ashu, you are muted.
He won't be able to hear you. You'll have to call him up and tell him.
Calling.
Put it on charger then. It'll come back just now.
No, I cannot hear you. Nobody can hear you.
Me, I'm not on mute.
But we cannot hear you.
Okay. Let me just check.
Actually, we can hear you, but not clearly. We cannot catch what you're saying.
The entire Rahul Jain is also not receiving my call. So there is one thing that he can share his slides, so we can see what you can share your slides.
Can you hear me? Bharti,
No, we cannot hear you.
okay.
The mobile here. Yes. Okay.
Can you,
Yes, please change the slide. Share the slides.
Can you slides now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry about this technical glitch.
अभी सुन नहीं सकते मीटिंग में.
So I'll be talking about I'll be speaking against the motion. And just one second. Okay, I'll be speaking against the motion work-life balance leads to mediocrity.
Yes.
And my opponent has based the entire premise on the fact that the names mentioned have had a life without balance.
Yes.
Anyway, so in fact, work-life balance leads to sustainable excellence and long-term success. What is work-life balance? It is the ability to allocate time and energy effectively. It ensures professional long-term productivity without neglecting health or family. It is not laziness. It is structured discipline. It is not about doing less, but about working smarter, which can actually improve mental health and cognitive function. So, what is mediocrity? Let's look at the definition. It is performing at an average or substandard level, lack of innovation, lack of growth, lack of commitment, and it leads to mediocrity. And mediocrity comes from disengagement, not balance.
आशु सर आपका ना पीपीटी स्लाइड शो मोड पे नहीं है.
Stress and fatigue.
हेलो हेलो या एक्सक्यूज मी आशु सर. हेलो आशु सर आर यू देयर. आपका स्लाइड शो मोड पे नहीं है सर पीपीटी.
No.
हेलो.
Neither can we hear you nor we can see the slides. Now we can see.
We can see the slide,
What
but
is
go to in
work-life
slideshow mode.
balance?
Yeah, go to in full screen. Go to in slideshow mode.
We can see what is work-life balance.
You can see this?
Now nothing, blank.
Sir, stop share. Can you hear us, sir? मैडम सर को शायद जूम पर हमारा वॉइस नहीं आ रहा मुझे लग रहा है.
Rahul Jain?
Yes, ma'am.
Rahul Jain?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He's not picking up phone, not responding. What can I?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am? Hello. 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 Hello.
Dr. Ashu. Dr. Ashu, can you hear us?
मैम आपको मेरा वॉइस आ रहा है. हेलो.
Yes, Rahul Jain, we can hear you clearly.
हाँ मैम मेरा वॉइस जा रहा है लेकिन शायद भारती मैम को भी मेरा वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है मुझे लग रहा है.
और आपका वॉइस हमें सुनाई दे रहा है क्लियरली. एंड डॉक्टर आशु का
डॉक्टर आशु आप अपना स्लाइड्स को हमें दे दें तो हम शेयर करते हैं.
मैम आपको मेरा वॉइस आ रहा है डॉक्टर भारती मैम.
हाँ
राहुल जैन मैम. ओके ओके.
Ashu, hello. Your voice is not coming, Ashu. Can we take up the next presenter so that Ashu can share his slides to us? We will share from here. Can you log out and then log in maybe?
She come right on top of me, man. Like she tries to climb on top of me.
मैम डॉक्टर आशु सर को हमारा वॉइस ही नहीं जा रहा है. अच्छा डॉक्टर आशु सर को हमारा वॉइस जा रहा है. डॉक्टर आशु सर प्लीज से समथिंग बिकॉज वी आर अनेबल टू. नो वी कैन नॉट हियर यू. तो इन दी ऑडियो के बराबर में एक जो अपवर्ड बटन है उसमें माइक्रोफोन सेलेक्ट कीजिए. आपने कौन सा माइक्रोफोन सेलेक्ट किया हुआ है सेम है सिस्टम कर लीजिए सर.
करते हैं सही. माइक्रोफोन किधर है देखो.
ऑडियो जहाँ पे म्यूट अनम्यूट होता है उसके बराबर में अपवर्ड एरो है उस पर क्लिक करके सिलेक्ट माइक्रोफोन में माइक्रोफोन सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए सर.
कौन बोलता माइक्रोफोन. ना माइक्रोफोन. मेरा सजेशन है कि मोबाइल पे वो प्रेजेंट करे और स्लाइड शेयर करे।
गाना अगर मुझे
Dr. Bharti, can we proceed to the next debate?
What
While
I'm
this
saying is that Ashu is not even receiving my call. He can say whatever he wants to say on phone.
भक्ति मैं रीबूट कर रहा हूँ, रीस्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ।
Restart कर रहा है, let him give 2 minutes.
हाँ, रीस्टार्ट करो।
प्रेमलता
डॉक्टर आशु सर आप है ना मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर लीजिए जूम को, दैट वुड बी गुड।
मोबाइल से करो।
Yeah, now we can hear you, but leave the meeting from one system or hello. No, we cannot hear from laptop. I think that we can hear from mobile.
हाँ बोलो, प्रेजेंट करो। हाँ हाँ
Okay, sorry for this technical glitch. So I'll be speaking against the motion. Work-life balance leads to mediocrity, and in fact, it leads to sustainable excellence and long-term success. What is work-life balance? It is the ability to allocate time and energy effectively. It ensures professional long-term productivity without neglecting health or family. And it is not laziness. It is structured discipline. It is not about doing less, but working smarter. So what is mediocrity? It is lack of innovation, lack of focus, comes from engagement balance. What is burnout? It overleads, and burnout decreases creativity and decision-making ability. Exhausted individuals cannot sustain peak performance. So let's look at our context. It is residency and programs. It requires intensive effort for the tenure. These are tenure-based 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And this is the sprint phase. You run fast, you run hard, and this essentially should be a baptism by fire. One should not take easy because you're actually acquiring skills, working hard, learning the ropes, the job. Then the next phase is the phase of consolidation and continued performance. This is our work life as we know it. It continues till retirement. This is a marathon phase. It requires continuous sustained effort till the end of our work life. It's not that you take it easy, but it's a continuous sustained effort. This is a long haul, and you have to run or work smart to maintain peak performance till the end of the race, or you will burn out. So you cannot run a marathon like a sprint. And so now let's rhetoric apart. Let's look at some data, studies. And there's a Gallup report, which is a very reputed report on employee and workplace relationship. And in 2020, there was a report on employee burnout causes and cures. It found that 70% of employees experience burnout at least some time. And burnout employees are 63% more likely to take sick leave. And it correlates with lower productivity and higher errors. Research also supports balance because well-rested individuals show higher productivity. And burnout is a global occupational risk. Even the WHO has classified it as an occupational phenomenon in 2019. Burnout includes exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced professional efficacy, which in turn leads to contradicts excellence. So high achievers practice balance. Top leaders emphasize mental health and family time. Athletes, as we all know, prioritize recovery alongside training. It's not that every 7 days they just keep working out. And excellence requires renewal and recovery both. So there's some academic research also in the study. There's a study in Frontiers in Psychology in 2022 on work-life balance and performance study. It found that employees with strong work-life balance report higher job satisfaction, which in turn predicts improved job performance. So it's about quality over quantity. Long hours do not equal high performance. Focused work produces superior outcomes, and efficiency thrives in balanced lives. Balance prevents mediocrity, if at all. It reduces stress-related errors, improves job satisfaction, encourages continuous growth. Balance does not mean a lack of ambition. It means smart allocation of time, and true excellence is sustainable and not self-destructive. So in conclusion, work-life balance strengthens performance. It promotes innovation and resilience. Therefore, it leads to excellence, not mediocrity. Thank you for a patient hearing. Hello?
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Agarwal. We were able to.
स्लाइड तो नहीं दिखा, बस थैंक यू दिखा और लास्ट वाला कोई बात.
But yes, I think we all got your point. I think the main point.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the main point was that unless you have a work-life balance, you burn out. And this, I think, we can go to discuss who are probably working day and night days. What do you think? Are you facing burnout? Amar, Anuradha?
Anamika, Amar, Lalitha. अब
Who
कोई नहीं
else
है.
was here? Dr. Kavita, I think. Dr. Kavita, Dr. Amar, and Dr. Anuradha, they spoke up initially.
Hi,
Okay,
good
let's take
afternoon.
the next
Actually
topic.
calling me?
Let's go on to the next topic. I think, yeah, we are running a little late. So let's go on to the next topic, which is another very, very interesting topic. This is, we have Dr. Shobik Barua speaking for it, and he says that profession is more important than family. Against the motion, we have Dr. Kavita Dangra. And before you begin, Shobik, I have a question for you. Shobik, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you loud and clear, ma'am.
Shobik, be very honest and tell me this answer. Shobik, you're married, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So tell me, Shobik, what did you bribe your wife with before you decided to speak on this motion?
I
Be
have
honest.
decided to, yeah, I have decided to hide the truth from her, actually.
So
Just
you're
like
telling
Subodh
me
sir
you
has
probably
presented.
told her that you're speaking against the motion, right?
No, something like that. Yes, ma'am. Just I followed what Subodh sir just said. Some truth can be hidden for the betterment of the family.
Well, just let's hope, Shobik, that you don't have any friend here who will go and report on you.
Yeah, even
With that,
I hope that, ma'am.
yes.
Actually, the previous speaker has to stop the screen
I hope
sharing.
so too. Otherwise, you better do.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you here? The
So can we
audience link has been stopped.
Ma'am,
Rahul
the
Jain.
previous speaker has to stop the screen sharing. I cannot share my
Yes,
screen
ma'am,
otherwise.
Can someone
Audience
bring
link
up
is stopped. Audience link is stopped.
So can anybody just tell me whether the presenter view is coming or only the slide is being
Hello?
shown?
No.
Only
Yes,
the
we
slide
can
is
see the slides.
only the slide is being shown.
Audience
Okay,
link
thank
is
you, thank you.
stopped. It is not visible.
Ma'am, may I stop the slideshow of Dr. Shobik, sir?
No, it's okay. I think I will present
What
next.
I am saying that audience link is stopped. It is not working. People are complaining.
Ma'am, link is working, ma'am.
Let me check. Working? Audience link is working?
Working, ma'am. You can see on the YouTube, ma'am.
Okay. Let me check. No. It is not working. It is not working. It is not working.
Is his daughter's food? सबसे नंबर 1 पे जो है
Audience link has been stopped.
नंबर 1 खिलाड़ी मीन राशि
Rahul Jain.
Ma'am, I am checking, ma'am. I am checking. Please go ahead, ma'am. I am checking.
Audience link stop हो गया है. Audience link is stopped, not working. Neither it is
Ma'am, I am
coming.
checking, ma'am.
So we are waiting.
Please go ahead, ma'am. I am sharing the link, ma'am. Please go.
So you are sharing a new link. You are sharing a new link. Okay, now I can see.
Yeah, I think we can start.
Yes, yes.
For our discussion in the morning, society more critical of female leaders than.
Ma'am, I shared the link where it is working, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sharing everywhere. What was the problem? Okay, start.
Okay, so can I start my presentation?
Yes.
Yeah. So good afternoon to all the respected Jharkhand Society members, panelists, respected moderator, and special greetings to my worthy opponent. So the resolution that stands in front of me today is that profession is more important than family. And I stand in favor of the motion that profession is definitely more important. So myself, Dr. Souvik Barua. So actually my core argument is very simple. I'm not saying that profession is against family. It's not against family, but profession is the very system which allows a family to survive and to progress. So at first, this statement might sound a bit harsh, but when we analyze the practical life and social responsibility, profession becomes the foundation that supports the family itself. So a stable profession provides financial security. So without a stable profession, supporting a family becomes extremely difficult. Things like food, education, shelter, healthcare all depend on income, and incomes come from profession. So it's very essential profession. So let me ask you one question. I can see very prominent ophthalmologists, people here like Dr. Doel Bishwas ma'am, Dr. Bharati Kashyap ma'am. And a disclaimer here, this is not to butter, but this is the fact, as we all know. So can I just ask, what is the thing which has brought this identity, this name and fame? Is it profession or your family? I think the answer lies there only. So a person is recognized in the society by their profession, not by their family. So profession gives purpose, dignity, and self-respect. So society functions because professionals can fulfill their duties. Again, we are human beings and we cannot be very selfish. We have to think about the society at large. So for a society to function, it's the professionals who has to work tirelessly. So just imagine if the doctors stop treating patients because of some personal issues, if the pilots cannot fly safely, if the firefighters stop responding to emergencies because of some maybe family commitment, so how will the society function? So society only functions through professional responsibility. And let me not talk about soldiers. So we know how much their contribution is and what their, how much they are serious about their professional life. So profession creates long-term stability and creates opportunities. Thereby, career growth happens, which leads to better living standards for the family. So family provides emotional strength, of course, which is lacking in profession, but profession provides the resources. So profession becomes the pillar that protects and supports the family. So to conclude, my opponent definitely will say family will come first. I'm not opposing that entirely, but the reality is that profession supports the family, career stability improves family life, professional success creates a better future, and a strong profession ultimately benefits the family only. So I'm not saying that a family is not important, but what I want to say is that profession is more important than family. So with this, I rest my case. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you all for your patient hearing.
I think you've sort of you worked the debate to you took the motion and worked it to your advantage, and you did that beautifully. I have just one question for you. When we're talking about profession and family and balance and all, it is often seen and heard that when there's the husband and wife, okay, it is like both cannot this thing for their profession at the same time. So one has to stay at home, and as a rule it is always the wife who stays at home. So I'm going to ask you a question again. I want you to answer honestly, like you answered before. How does the concept of a home husband appeal to you? How would you like to be a home husband, house husband rather, like you have a housewife who sits at home, lets her husband, take the career, move ahead, earn, become the professional, earn and support his family. If the thing is turned and you had to sit at home, allow your wife to become the professional while you look after the children and the house and, certain, till the children are of certain age. Would that appeal to you? Would
Definitely,
that
ma'am.
appeal to society?
Definitely, ma'am. If the system is like that, one of us has to compromise, and I can definitely choose to compromise for the betterment of the family. But again, that main motion, that profession is more important, because whatever she'll earn, that will only help us sustain the family, because I'll be the home husband then. So definitely I'll be comfortable with that. But this motion, that profession will still be more important than family.
Okay. So you are very comfortable with the idea of being a house husband. That was
Yes,
very,
ma'am.
very honest of you.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
very, very brave also to say that.
This is very nice.
Thank you,
This
ma'am.
is very nice. No, I really
Yes.
appreciate
But
Dr.
this is
Bharti.
very practical. This is very practical. Whatever
This
you
is
have
very
said. Practical, ma'am.
practical.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Dr. Bharti, Kash, you and I had house husbands, na?
Oh
Where
my
we would have
God.
questions.
Really?
Okay. Okay. Now can we have Dr. Kavita
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
opposing him?
Yeah.
So Dr. Kavita says that profession is not more important than family. And of course, it has to be a lady who can say this, because only she probably knows what it is, balancing the two. Am I right, Dr. Kavita?
Yes, ma'am. And probably, sir being a house husband, he has already stopped his profession. So it doesn't look like he wants to actually, he doesn't fit into the criteria that profession is more important than the family, because he has taken a foot back for the family, right? So probably here itself I win, but let's start. So a very good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends who all are listening to us today. First of all, at the outset, I would like to thank Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society and Dr. Bharti ma'am for this wonderful opportunity today to have a debate on whether profession is important than family. I hope my slides are visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Definitely, I believe that family is more important than any of the profession. I truly believe that profession, yes, it gives you the income, the stability in your life, and the recognition which you want, which Dr. Souvik was talking about. But at the same time, definitely profession builds the career also for you, and you achieve even more goals. But at the same time, the family is the one who is giving you the love, support, and the strength to move a little further forward. There is a very meaningful shloka in Sanskrit which says, Janani Janma Bhumishcha Swargapit Gariyasi, which means that mother and motherhood are the even greater than the heaven. So this is what we value our traditions and our rituals. Here, moving forward, I would like to take two scenarios in front of you. In the first scenario, where you all will agree with me that in my undergraduates, I was staying at a hostel. And during the clinics or during the seminars and lectures, I never used to bother about my family, never used to call them. But the moment I used to hear about the exams, the terms, immediately my phone calls to my mothers and my family was definitely increased. Now, when going back after hearing this topic and recalling this memory, I definitely understand that that was the moment where they are giving me the strength, the support, and the confidence which I want to present it into my exams. And definitely, we all have gone through this kind of situation. The other situation where to get an increment probably or an award for something you have really worked hard, or you have passed an extreme difficult exam, you tell me whom you would like to go and inform first. Yes, definitely it is your family members who are waiting for the happiness to be shared along with you. My friends, let us take a very powerful example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sir, a very renowned and legendary scientist and president of India. In his speeches, many a times he has thanked his family for giving him all the values which he would take forward till his life. Not only him, but if you remember Sachin Tendulkar or any other bigger personality, they have also often thanked their parents or their wives for the position or the career they have attained at that time. My friends, when I'm talking to you, we can change our job, we can probably change our professions, we can change our hobbies, or we can be replaced by any other company. But friends, can you replace your son, your daughter, your parents, or your any family members? No, we can't. So here comes the important part, that is the family. At the end, I would like to say that Matrudeva Bhava and Pitrudeva Bhava, nothing but our parents are the God. And also to end with, profession definitely will give you a career, but your family will give you a character. Your profession will definitely give you a success, but family will give you the happiness. Profession will give you a title, but family will give you an identity. My friends, definitely you can build any other career if family is along with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita. And while you gave a very strong rebuttal, there's just one thing that I would like to say. You picked out characters like Sachin Tendulkar and all. And yes, they all stand on stage and thank their family. However, on this debate, I would really like to know how much of time have these people given their family? So these are also people who are concentrating on their profession rather than, giving that amount of time to their family. And on a lighter note, I would also like to say something that profession, whether profession is more important or not, but you can definitely reach the peak of your profession if you don't have a family. For example, our prime ministers, Mr. Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, never married, Prime Minister of India. Modi ji, married, left his wife, Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister running for the Prime Minister's post, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, not married. So I think we can conclude whether profession or family is important, I don't know, but definitely if you want to reach the absolute top in our country, it's better if you don't have a wife. But on that, can I go on to the discussants now? This was a very interesting topic, profession or family. So can we have, are the youngsters now, can they hear? Are they available? Amar? Anuradha?
Namika, all have left. Is time?
All have left?
No, Anamika is there. Anamika is there.
Anamika, you stand to win a prize here.
Yes.
Can we hear you? Your opinion on this?
I'm sorry, I think she is a leader.
No, ma'am.
She is a leader. She will excel in her life. Anamika and Lalita.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
There is a tough competition between Anamika and Lalita. Doyle, you have to decide.
Ma'am,
yes.
I would like to add on a point that I feel like profession is important. I mean, family and profession both are important for an individual. If something is happening profession and we need somebody to vent out and we need somebody for support, so that support system is family definitely. So I feel like in a profession, in a career for a girl like me, I need family support to go and excel in other fields without worrying about anything. Hello?
You need family support, right? But what about
I
you
believe that.
to your family? The debate was never about whether you need family support. The debate is whether you give your profession more importance or your family more importance.
What do you think?
What do you do? What your family does for you? What do you do?
Yeah, the thing is,
Lalita, are you a PT student?
Yes.
PT
First
student.
year.
And is your boss listening?
No,
is your boss listening? Then whatever you say, we will take it with a pinch of salt.
Our boss is not here.
Okay, good. So you can speak your mind now. Your boss won't know, even if you say
So
your family is important.
No, ma'am, career is important and family support is very important. That's
Not
what I'm
family
saying.
support. Is your family more important or your career more important? Don't try to twist it.
What is important for you?
Lalita, you'll make
at
a
this
wonderful
point of
politician.
time, I feel like career is important.
Yes, that's the point. So you are saying career is more important than your family. Anyone else who wants to debate this? And for this, instead of going to the PG
Ma'am,
students,
can I say something?
Yes,
Hello,
please.
am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, how many of you, if they're successful in the profession, they're happy, if they don't have a family life, happier? And how many of you know who are very happy in the family, but their professional life is struggling and they're happy? Actually, there is nothing to debate here. You need both to be happy. You need one thing to be, make you unhappy, but actually you need everything to be happy. So I really don't
Actually, this
think
is a
that
debate.
competition.
If I could add one point, if I could just add one point. So actually, what I feel is that, of course, happiness is important in life. But when we talk about the basic things in life, roti, kapra, makan, that comes from, I think, profession. So after happiness is something, higher mental function. Of course, happiness is definitely required, and definitely family contributes to your happiness more than the profession. Even I believe that. But the question resolution was, which is more important, profession or family? And the basic needs, roti, kapra, makan, food, shelter, all these things, healthcare,
Profession.
I think comes from profession more than family.
Profession.
That's my point of view.
So that's true, but one more point is there, that even if we get all these things, like heights of success, heights of money, and heights of peace, and you're reaching the top of your profession, but if you don't have someone to go back to and share your stories and share your happiness and sorrows with, life is not
No,
complete.
I
No, you
think
need a
it's
family.
not
You need a
there.
family,
It's
but which is
not
more
there.
important?
It's there, which is more important.
Family, even I need, obviously, but which is
It's
more
not
important?
saying that everybody
Yeah.
should become a Modi or a yogi or a Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Means priority,
Yeah,
priority,
exactly, ma'am. That's the point I want to make.
priority.
How
During the
can we
initial
say?
stages, career has to be given most priority, because otherwise you won't be able to create a good profession for yourself. Later, when you reach a certain height in your profession, at that time you have to balance both the
Like
things.
I will give you example. I will give you
Hello.
example
Hello.
from my own hospital. There are two retina fellows. One is senior, one is junior. The senior retina fellow has left her family in Dubai, and for the last 1.5 year, she's here. I'm not saying she's a yogi or a Modi or a Atal Bihari Vajpayee, but then quite a bit prioritization she has done. The junior retina fellow has joined, and she has left her 1.5 year old baby at home, and a very small baby, and she's doing a very hard fellowship, because you all know that retina fellowship is a very demanding fellowship. So maybe for the protection of the family, for the future better standard of the family she's doing, but right now both of them are prioritizing the profession over family. So I think it is the matter of time,
Yes, ma'am.
also means a stage of life.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yeah,
There
yeah,
comes a stage of
absolutely.
life where you have to
Yes.
prioritize the profession just to provide better for your family. And if they start thinking, yes, there's a stage of life, because even I know the story of an Indian Radha. She left her children, a child with her brother, and went abroad for a glaucoma fellowship. So this was prioritizing her profession for giving a better atmosphere and better standard of life to the family only. So it depends at what stage of life you are in. So sometimes the profession gets priority, and sometimes the family gets priority. So it depends on the stage of life. Even I have
Ma'am,
done
very
a
nicely
broad
explained, ma'am.
prioritization of the
Yeah, yeah.
profession over the family, and I have done a lot of fellowships leaving my child, a very young child, at home. So it
And
depends on the
sometimes
stage
we
of life,
prioritize
which stage
family
you are
also
in.
over profession.
If at this stage, if not at this stage, if suppose you are
I think that was summed up very well. And I think what point Anamika has brought up also, and which later Dr. Bharti elaborated on, is the main crux of the matter, that it all depends on the timing. It all depends on the timing. And at one stage, your profession is when you're learning, you sacrifice your family for your profession. And then when you've attained something, then you bring up, also depends on when your family needs you. You have sometimes small children and you're giving more time to your family. You cannot leave them and go out. And then sometimes your children are grown up, they can take care of their themselves,
yes.
and you are able then to concentrate on your profession. So it all depends on the
So
time. It all
yes,
depends
it
on
all
your
depends. If you're in your early stage of life, when you are making your career, of course, the priority is to the profession and not the family. And everyone has done. I have also done too much prioritization, because if you
Yeah, I think
get married, you have children.
For that matter, I think every day of your life, every
Yes.
turn of life, you have to choose your priorities. Life is all about
Priority.
choice.
It's a stage of life.
Yeah.
That stage,
And,
this stage.
And I think on that we are concluding this debate. But before we go, I would like to ask the chairpersons who have been very quiet throughout this debate, any comment on anything that they want to say. And before that, Dr.
Sophia,
Bharti.
Dr. Sophia is there.
And Dr. Bharti, who's the second winner?
Second winner, I think Lalita should be given on Anamika. You tell me.
Who was the one who got the first one?
Whatever you say.
Who got the first one?
You are muted.
No, I'm not
You are
muted. I'm not muted.
You are muted.
No, ma'am,
Yes,
we can
yes.
hear her.
Yeah.
Ma'am, she is
I
audible.
just know in the first two debates who got the award. I think who did you give the award to in the first debate? Can you not hear me?
In the first debate was Lalita.
Dr. Lalita.
I can hear you. In the first debate was Lalita. Anamika has already got
then
3.
Let us go with
Anamika has got 3 awards. She got
okay.
it.
So then can we give it to Dr. Anindya, who was also there, I think, the second debate. She has also contributed.
Anindya is a very senior actually of Manipal Medica.
Oh, Dr. Anuradha is not
Should we give
in that thing. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Let us give her.
Okay.
Let us
I
give
forgot
her.
the latter part of her.
So
no, we cannot give it to her. She's too senior.
Okay.
Shall we go with Dr. Lalita then?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now Lalita is the winner of 2
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving
And
me
Dr.
this
Sophia, your
opportunity.
input. Dr.
And the
Anindya, your
chairperson,
input.
can we have the chairperson speak
Lalita is from CCL. So
Can
your
we have
input.
Can we have the chairpersons putting
Sophia,
in
Dr. Sophia,
something?
she's the
Dr.
HOD
Sophia,
Ma'am, please consider Dr. Anamika
lot of
also.
students working under her, MS as well as DNB. Dr. Sophia, you are
Yes,
muted, Dr. Sophia. We cannot hear you.
No, I am unmuted. Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you, Dr. Sophia.
Oh, so it was a wonderful talk. Time listening to all of you, and especially Dr. Diol. And what we come to the end is when the leader has to say the truth, he has to be a good manager. That is the main point in that. And then to work for work-life balance, you have to work smartly. And to profession is important or the family is important. It is at different times, both are important. So we have to judge accordingly and work accordingly.
I think, yeah, that's a very balanced overview. Is Dr. Nidhi there? Nidhi, are you there?
I'm there.
No, I'm talking about Dr. Nidhi, not you, your daughter-in-law. I would love to
Dr.
hear her.
Nidhi.
She's a wonderful debater. Is she there? Dr. Seema Kumari?
Oh, she was there in research methodology, but she's not here.
Okay.
Let me call her.
Anyone else?
Ma'am, just I have a small question. Can I ask to all of you,
yes.
whoever wants to? Yeah. So, ma'am, the first thing, regarding the truth that you discussed, that the discussants, they all discussed, okay, we should be revealing the truth only when it is required and not when it is not required. Fine, it's very good to manage others. What about ourselves? There are many times when we can't reveal the truth, but we know what is the truth. So in that case, how we manage our self internal conflict that
Can I
we go
answer
through?
this? Ma'am, can
Yes,
I answer
please.
this?
Sure.
Ma'am, in Pegasus, we were taught the first line that were taught is challenge your inhibitions. So to be a successful leader, we have to challenge the inhibition of telling the truth always and instantly. So we have to prioritize the things, and in this way we can get out these thoughts of your own mind. That's my saying, ma'am.
What Dr. Sharaf, are you trying to say that now you have to lie to yourself also? Like, in the sense that you have
No,
to
ma'am.
hide the truth from
No,
yourself?
ma'am. No, ma'am. Not
Because
lying.
what
No.
she's saying, what she's saying is that, yes, you can sugarcoat the truth to your patient, to your student, to whoever else, to the rest of the world. But at the end of the day, when you're standing in front of the mirror and looking at yourself, do you keep the truth from yourself? Do you accept the truth? And if you accept the truth, how do you deal with that? Is that what you're asking, Dr. Anuradha?
Yeah, absolutely. When you
Dr.
especially
Anuradha?
know, yeah, my question is that
Exactly.
when
When you
you
know the truth, what do
especially
you do with
know
it?
that something you could have done better, but you have not, how do you manage that place?
Dr. Anuradha, can I suggest something on a very, very light note? This is take it with a
Absolutely.
pinch of salt. It's a humor.
Yes.
A glass of wine. A glass of wine. I think that will help you at the end of the day.
And what if you
I
don't
get
drink
where
at
you're
all?
coming. Start. There's never a time to learn something new. So learn something new. But I totally get where you're coming from, and I think this is something that all surgeons have to struggle with. No matter what we tell the patient, we come back at the end of the day, we have to live with our own conscience, we have to live with ourselves. And I think as experience grows, you learn to do that more and more. I do remember when I was starting off as a refractive surgeon, and how grating on the nerves a refractive surgery is, because you have to give the patient 6x6 or 6x9 vision. There were days when I was sure that I'm going to leave my profession, I'm going to go away, I'm not doing another surgery again, never doing another LASIK again. But as you gain experience, you get used to the fact that you are, at the end of the day, just a human being. And the way I console myself is that I did my best.
This has happened with me also. This has
I think we have to
Everyone.
wait for the next opportunity and do better if you feel
No,
that if you have
actually,
that guilt that we haven't done better.
she mentioned the refractive
I
surgery.
think
This has
Dr.
happened
Ahmed,
with me.
it's not about doing better.
Doing
Because
if you
Dr.
have
Ahmed,
the
I'm just
guilt
coming
that
here.
we
It's not
could have
listen,
done.
listen. Our
Yes.
patients are immediately they want 6x9, 6x6, and I remember one patient had a very, very steep cornea. I should not have taken that case. It was early days, 2006, 2007. The patient was a teacher from Sivan, and there was a very small free flap. I returned the money and I deposited the flap. His vision was the same, but just because I took up a wrong case and showed him hope, that troubled me so much that I was in depression for 1 month. So
Yes.
it has happened.
Oh
Refractive
my
surgery
God.
also
Many
is very,
times you.
yes.
So I think we all go through this, and as for next time doing better, sometimes even if you do your best, surgery is something, and something that I always tell my patients, that I'm going to try my best, but I'm not God,
Yes.
just a human being with a certain amount of skill. So I cannot promise you 100%. And that is something that we have to learn ourselves also, that this God complex that we'll be perfect every time and we'll always be successful, and that the
We
only thing,
shouldn't promise 100%.
absolutely, the only thing we can do is give our best and then just hope that
Yes.
everything
Everything
turns out
goes
fine.
well.
Because at the end of the day, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
Very nice
I think
presentation,
that
very nice
brings
discussion.
us to the end of a wonderful, wonderful debate. Absolutely. And I would end it with one request to Dr. Bharti. These topics were wonderful, the debates were wonderful, but please, can we have a physical one in future somewhere? They would make wonderful debates, I think so. Do you agree with me, the rest of you?
Let me prepare before Anamika leaves. I will plan one of the debates in Ranchi, and we will invite you.
Oh.
So
I'm honored. I'm honored.
So we have to do with the local speakers, and Dr. Sophia has to come also with her gang. Sophia, over to you for the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all. It's my privilege to do this vote of thanks on behalf of Jharkhand Ophthalmological Society, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the eminent speakers who have been sitting for such a long time with us and sharing their thoughts and presenting their thoughts with a short and crisp presentation. And to start with, I'll thank Dr. Avasthi, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Ashu Agarwal, Dr. Souvik, Dr. Kavita, Dr. Charuta, and kudos to Dr. Subodh for taking up the topic, is society more critical of female leaders?
Yes.
And
Thank you,
a
ma'am. Thank you,
big
ma'am.
clap for Dr. Deol for discussing every point so beautifully, so wonderfully. So everyone wanted to say something and discuss it with her. So this program, and thanks to this for initiating this program and bringing all these important topics. Basically, is society more critical of female leaders and work-life balance? This is a burning topic nowadays. So
Yes.
thank you to our CSC, Dr. Bharti, and our ARC chairman, Dr. Dr. Sunil. And a big thank you to all the audience who have been sitting with us throughout the session. Thank you,
And
Dr. Deo. Once again.
Yesterday we had till 12 o'clock. The session stretched too far, too long.
Yes,
yesterday.
but it was interesting and very important.
Interesting. PG fishbowl is actually very, very interesting. This is a new concept. Otherwise, PGs are not engaged. The fishbowl is the concept where the PGs are very much engaged.
Engage and interact with the mentors. Yes.
And I'm really thankful.
Thank you all.
Yes. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Dole. She took time off and she joined. She is traveling, and the thank you note is already been given by Dr. Sophia. So it's the time to move now. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
It was a
everyone. Bye.
wonderful time.
Thank you, ma'am.
To everyone.